Saying anything.
Saying something.
I've just told them, so they've called Cyril.
Manoj. Sema. Mzuri. Hebu nikuulize. It's not live? Kwa nini? Okay. Are you right? They said without them they pay the not hearing it.
What's you? That's leg.
So middle?
That's middle.
The first 4 of the match, and it comes off the bat of the man who made his debut only a couple of matches ago, Arjun Saud, the young keeper, only 19. What a handsome cover spank. Can't call it a drive, nor was it a cut, it was just a spank. A single before that, and of course a wide as well, takes them to 6 now in the first over. That was a fabulous strike for 4 in the covers. I'm Charu Sharma. I've got Kennedy Obuya here with me. We're into the final T20. The 5th and final. The 2 teams locked 2-all. It couldn't be better here at the Nairobi Gymkhana in terms of the contest. It couldn't be hotter either because the sun is out and the heat is beating down much more, I believe, what the Nairobi weather should have been at this point of time, Kennedy.
100%. Good afternoon wherever you are. It's been a brilliant. Picks up the single. I repeat again, it's been brilliant for T20s. Balanced, very well balanced team. They played, they competed, they were low scoring, they were high scoring, 160. But today is the big day for both teams, for Nepal and for Kenya. And Arjun has given it a good start.
Elijah Otieno with the ball. The first one was a wide. I think he still hasn't hit his straps because the length has been all over the place. The line too, there's one down leg. Better, as soon as I say that. No bounce though, strangely enough. Went pretty low to the keeper, Karim, who's back in the side for Kenya in this vital 5th match.
Yeah, they really needed him to strengthen their batting. Their batting has not done very well. They've done well in bits and pieces. But today, they all have got to come to party. But they've got to start with their bowling. And Nepal have started very well with their batting, and if they can build it up from here, we are going to have an exciting T20.
Turned away, they will take a single once again. Erring in line, just a hint down leg, and Gyanendra very quickly turns it around. Gyanendra Malla has been one of their bigger scorers. First over gone. Nepal, after choosing to bat first, after winning the toss, 8 for no loss.
Outstanding performance from Arjun on the other game, and they played on the same surface. He pulled, he cut well, played off the back foot, he attacked the spinners. I think he's a good all-round cricketer, good wiki also. So they go from here. And from our end, the first bowler to bowl is Lucas Oluoch. He's been bowling well, he's been batting well with a lot of energy. Can see a little bit change from the Kenyan side. So they've left Alex Obanda out and they brought in Irfan Karim in.
Well, that was in the offing because Obanda didn't do very well in the first match than yesterday was when he scored 3 in 15. In T20s, that I'm afraid is very poor. And then, of course, he got out to a poor shot as well. Maybe low in confidence, who knows? Lucas has been bowling very well. He's a big boy and he really throws his shoulder in at the point of delivery. Also given some runs with the bat. Valuable all-rounder, I think, for Kenya.
Very. What a start for both sides. For Lucas, he's hit good areas consistently. Can he maintain those kind of areas? It's on the first ball. Should expect a high score. It's the same deck that they scored 160. I repeat again. So let's hope it will go a little bit higher today.
Again, very well angled across the right-hander who didn't flirt with it. If you do, you have to throw your bat. A little edge could go. There's a slip and a backward point. A third man, which we've been saying is very important, particularly when the faster bowlers are on.
And that's what I said. If you look at the way Lucas is bowling, the way Licha is bowling, and that's why Manoj is a good coach for the Nepal. If you look at all of them, they're swinging the ball, and that was his specialty when he used to play. And I like to see the new ball move in and out. They've used it very well.
Without doubt, you make a good point. Can Lucas bring it in? No, once again angled away. It's a good start to the second over for Kenya. Just to remind everybody, as we see Sachin pick up the ball at cover point, this was a pitch where Kenya batted first, got 156 a couple of matches ago, and then Nepal came and chased that with some degree of comfort. They got there with a few balls to spare, and altogether it was a fine pitch. But that was that day. It's now today on this fifth and final day. Already just a hint of uneven bounce, but we'll see. Very full and wide. Little wild.
And that's where Kenyans have been struggling. They bowled a lot of extras, no ball, wide balls. It's been crucial. Nepal have been very consistent. They've given very little extras.
Yeah, I think there was one match where Kenya gave, what, 18 extras in a T20? That's 3 overs extra. Unpardonable. Well, looks like he's showing the heat here. Not running in as quickly, walking slowly back to his mark. Slashed! Oh, brilliant. What a square drive. It was in the air. Cover point was interested, but only for a microsecond. It was flying to his left. Flew to the boundary. What a handsome shot. He spotted it well enough. It was full. Gave it the treatment.
Oh, that's a totally poor ball, honestly. Bowling outside off stump. You're giving room. The ball is not swinging as much. He's a left-hander. Attack the crease more. Attack the stumps. Yeah, don't bowl it away from him. Take nothing away. What a start. Good shot.
Similar ball. And he was almost ready to flirt with it. Ganendra Malla left it at the last microsecond. And was another wide. Just marginally, I suppose. But Malla has been the strongest bat. I think he got a 47 odd in one of the matches for Nepal. Perhaps the high score. We give him a man of the match in that one. I think it was the one where they chased 156.
Correct. And it looks like he loves where the ball is coming to the bat. So and so much room. So Lucas has got to ball it more tighter. Better line.
Ooh,
better.
False shot up in the air. He got tucked in a bit. And luckily for him, it didn't carry, not to mid-on. Of course, the mid-wicket bound fielder on the boundary line.
I can see Arjun is saying maybe it's holding a little bit of coming. So I don't know whether it's really holding or he played it too early. And if it's holding, the spinners will play a big role, huge role on both sides.
I didn't quite notice if he bowled a slower one because it's obviously a little difficult to pick. We didn't see it. Maybe Arjun was also indicating the possibility of a slower one. I wonder if Lucas has that as a weapon.
I've never. I'm not sure, but we'll have a look. But the area that is bowling it wide, so it's much easier to frame. It's parked. It's parked on the off stump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the off.
Arjun Saud. Oh yes, that's the one. Was forced to play at it. The ball angling away. Arjun Saud lucky not to get a tickle. 2 overs gone. 15 for no loss.
Not a very good start for Kenya. They have gone for 15 in 2 overs, nearly 8 runs or 7 runs on over, 7.5. It's not very good.
Well, from the Nepal standpoint, yesterday in the 4th one-dayer, they failed to chase 101. And surely not just the coach would have been pretty upset with the team, but amongst each other, the spirit might have faltered a bit, wondering why they couldn't get 101. But they are here, back for battle, and looks like these two at least are confident enough. At the crease, Arjun, and now Malla. Goes big. Ooh, straight to cover point. I think it's Sukhdeep there. Crashed into him.
Giving room, too much room. Look at the way he pounded on it. It's very quickly, and the bounce is good. The ball is coming to the bat. Good cut.
Sukhdeep actually kept in the absence of Kareem, and he kept quite well.
Very well. I was very impressed. He moved well, especially when you judge a wiki when the ball is turning and keeping low. I think he kept very well.
Very full. Straight to mid-off. A little wobble, but no run. Again, I do think that Elijah Otieno is just having a little problem with his length. Sometimes too short, sometimes too full. That could have been hit for 6 with these guys a little more confident. But let's not be too greedy.
His ball a little bit touch shorter. That's the area that he bowls. He normally bowls it very well. He doesn't normally come up. He's strengthened to hit the 3/4 length.
Collins Abuya still at slip. Ah, the slower one. We spotted that. Arjun wants the run. Maya, a wobble. Arjun had overcommitted from the non-strikers. Well, now it's okay. They can wave to each other. But that could have been disastrous.
It could have gone anywhere. It could have picked it up, and that's when you're learning how to pick up the ball, you must keep it in mind that the target doesn't move, so the stumps are there. So keep your eyes on the ball, because the ball will move either to your left, to your right, or keep low. But if you keep your eyes on the ball, it's easier to pick it up and hit the stump, because the target will not move.
Again, short and spanked away. That might go to the boundary. No chance for Sukhdeep. To the left of cover point. Handsome shot. Got on top of that very nicely. Did Gyanendra Malla. Beg your pardon. Yeah, Malla it was.
And Malla is all over. He's all over. Very good cut shot. Waited, and bang. Good area. Good shot. And he's waiting. He's picking the bad balls only, and which is very good. And he looks like he's playing it well on top of the bounce.
Yeah, he got behind that really well. Did not play in the air, to his credit. It was a wonderful square cut for 4. And now, wide of mid-on. Again, not picked up too clean by Raj Patel there. Allows an easy single. It could have been tight.
And that's what the Kenyans must understand. If you're fielding, I keep on saying this, you're fielding in the inner circle, your job is to stop the single. Let him, if he hits on top of you, there's no issues about. But if you let him touch and run and he's right straight to Raj, you got to expect it and try and stop it.
Now Arjun, who hasn't had much of the strike. Last ball of the 3rd over. Another slower one. Oh, there is a deep square, so only a single for what was a very poor delivery. Otieno gets away with that one. 3 overs gone. Nepal, 22 for no loss.
He's mixing them up very nicely, Elijah. They've realized the wicket is flat, so you got to try and mix it around. It's not easy on this surface to contain anybody, so you got to try and mix slower balls, bouncers, change your length once in a while. Send it back to Lucas.
He just...
Every over has been a boundary.
Yeah, I say once again, Lucas looks like the heat's kind of getting to him. He's smiling now, but the way he walks back to his mark, he's like, oh my God, do I have to bowl another ball here?
Not again.
The guys should be used to the heat, though.
Not really. It on this part of the world is not that hot, but it's fairly hot. But I think this is not really heat at all. It's fairly good enough for you, and it's 20 overs.
Pulled away, nobody there. It could be 6. Well, we'll have to check. Handsome shot by the young, tiny Arjun South. Spotted that quickly enough. Just a shade too straight. And Lucas is panged away by young Arjun.
I think it's something they've got to read quickly. Bounced on it too short. He's in good position. Oh, good shot. You watch it well. The most important thing that they have to realize with Arjun, he didn't play the drives very well. So I don't know why they're pushing him so much behind. It's a flat wicket. So ask him to come in front and drive you over the top. It's not one of his strengths.
Like the last ball last over was fabulous. Yeah, better length.
Good area. So let him drive you. Let him try and drive because he loves to cut and pull. And he looks at his strength. Is to pull, and straight away I've seen they put somebody down on that area. So unless you're trying to trap him there, but this is T20, by the time you realize you've already gone too far.
Well, just to remind you, the two fielders on the boundary line, a third man at about 45 or so, and one at deep square leg, just about square of the wicket. Short 5. Again, the short ball, he swings too quickly. Picks up a little injury. I suppose he'll be all right. These guys are tough now, as you guys were.
They've got to be tough. Very, 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 very tough. And it's not easy. I like what Lucas is doing. You got to mix it up. It's a flat wicket. You can't just bowl on one area. Mix it up. Bowl some bouncers, slower bouncers, slower ball.
I dare suggest Arjun South will feel he's missed out because, as you were pointing out, he loves to hit square of the wicket. The ball was there for the pull, he just played it too early. Of course, he'll also have to watch out because there's a deep square. Well bowled. Malla wants a single. He races through. Well done. Good decision. And Arjun South responded quickly enough. Every once in a while, when the ball's so close to the pitch, you tend to hesitate, and that can cost. But good call by Malla. Good response by South.
That's what I'm saying, is they've been doing it consistently, running singles. The guys on the 30-yard try and stop it. But the running in between has been good. They're calling quickly and they're taking off. The guy who's fielding a point or covers, expect they're going to run, so be ready. Good
Down
shot.
leg. That's wonderfully struck. Now there is a deep square. A lot of work to do for that deep square fielder. He will get there in time. Good for an easy 2. Handsome shot that on drive. Was full.
I totally disagree with the field placing. Remove the slip. It's not doing anything. The wicket is not doing much.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say that 2 balls ago. I kept quiet. Well done, Kennedy.
Remove it. Go it straight away. They've done that. They've heard our cry. Collins Obuya goes to mid wicket.
This is better now because Lucas Olwach will now be able to bowl straight without wondering whether he leak runs on the leg side. Expect a straighter line to continue. Well, that's the kind of ball you need a slip for.
Correct. And talk about the slips, it's the end of the over, and the score is 28 for now.
They're going 7 runs and over in the first 4. Nepal, after winning the toss, electing to bat first. They've sent in a very competent pair. This man made his debut a couple of matches ago. Arjun South, very tiny, only 19. Has played a little bit in India as well. Some of the leagues. Very competent keeper. And he did replace the regular keeper, Mohammad Asif Sheikh, who wasn't too bad himself. Scored a few runs too, kept well. In any case, South gets to make his debut here in the Kenya-Nepal series and has utilized the opportunity well. Gyanendra Malla also, a very competent bat. He's the oldest man in the team, so possibly the youngest and the oldest. Malla about 36 now.
He's shown he's bearing a lot of experience, take a lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
Oh, wow. You think he likes hitting square of the wicket? That was spanked. It was wide, was short, needed the treatment. And Arjun read it well. He hit it with so much confidence and commitment.
That's a freebies, honestly. Freebies. If you give chance for batsman to freeze arm, it's going to be a freebies. It's easy. And there's no power. They're still insisting on the slips. I don't know why they insist on the slip. The ball is doing totally nothing. Get off the slips. Get somebody somewhere. And they can't keep on attacking outside off stump. You got to come in the middle and let him force the shot, either on the leg or extra covers somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of confusion in the field. The man went down to cover boundary. He's come back in. Similar shot. There is a third man, though. They were threatened to pull him in last ball. They said, no, I think we'll keep a third man. Useful, because it's only one now instead of four.
I think the line that they're bowling, Leme is bowling is the wrong line. Is bowling outside off stump. It's T20. You just go to bet. You go to put your bet to ball, and the ball will go somewhere. Attack.
Well, once again, they've listened to you, and they've taken your brother away to mid-wicket instead of slip. This is slightly better. He can afford to bowl straighter. Collins Abuya goes to mid-wicket inside the circle. And yet, it wasn't such a bad ball.
Still, I would love him to come more straighter. Make him try and hit you between mid on, mid off. And if you try to squeeze it over covers, makes more sense.
Well, Ganendra Malla, sorry. Malla would be a little disappointed in get more runs off that, or any runs at all. Was a handsome drive. Played it on the up. And went straight to cover point. But as you've been saying, Kennedy, straighter. Now, you've got a good feel for a straighter delivery. Again outside, edge, and gone. Was outside the off stump. For a change, Ganendra Malla gave it the full treatment. A big heave-ho. Lucky it didn't edge to the keeper. The third man was too wide. And a bonus boundary for Nepal.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. He's giving too much room. If ball that area, just free your arm. Look, there you go. Just free your arm. Hope for the best. And get a boundary. Yes, it's a nick, but still. You got to ball tighter. Ball a little bit more straighter.
Odiambo's over. So far expensive. 9 off it. 2 balls to go. And the commentary box is urging him to bowl straighter. He got 3 on the off, 4 on the off, 3 on the leg, and well done. Better line. I think they'll get only 1. Did they want the second? Oh, well run. From deep square.
That's good chase. Attack the ball well from inside. Nehemiah is quite expensive. It's been 4-1.41. They've really been on top of him. They haven't given him room at all. And the ones which they haven't scored, they've middled it also well.
Sachin Bhudia, it was a run in from deep square. Made sure it was only a single last ball of this first over. Outside off and spanked away over mid-on. Will that go all the way? It does! What a handsome strike. That's brilliant. Arjun Saud, he picked it up really well. There was no real pace in it. Got plenty of bat. 6 over long on. What a special shot.
The crowd loves it. The ball just sat there. That's what I was saying. He doesn't have pace. He bowls a little bit short. He loves it on that area. Talking about the area, and the score is 44-0. As I say, good, giving Charu a small break. Steve is here. Steve's going to be interesting, Steve. What a start from Nepal. The start they really wanted. They are going on 10 runs and over. Kenyans have got no answer. Talking about 10 runs and over, they're going straight to spin.
Yes, a good start there by Nepal, looking positive. 44 for no of 5 overs. They're operating at 10 runs per over. Ganendra Malla and Arjun Saud, they've come out with a positive intent.
I don't say that, Steve. Yes, it's a positive intent, but I've not been impressed by the bowling. There have been a lot of short balls. There have been a lot of volleys, square cut, so everywhere. So how tight can they bowl? And Arjun and Malla, very good players. They are pounding on it.
And we see Kenya revert to spin. I think the spinners have done well in the series so far. So maybe this is their way of trying to pull the game back.
And they've lost the ball at the same time. Good umpires getting new balls. It's a way of them pulling the game back, which is very crucial. I think they've lost the ball. The umpires are still talking. The third umpire, she's walked in with a box of balls. Let's go there, what it's going to get. We're looking at Steve, 160 was there. Can Kenya pull it back? Then the Nepalis are going to look like as if it's going to be a 170, 180. Can they pull it back? And the only way you pull things back is by getting wickets.
And that's why we have the skipper coming on to bowl. Yesterday he had a very good spell of 4 overs, 2 wickets for 7 runs.
It's very crucial. What a crucial wicket of Arjun.
Shem Goche starts off with a slip, still attacking. That's a good stop there by Sachin Budia. Very nicely struck by Gyanendra Mala. Shem strays onto the pads and Mala plays the sweep shot. Gets a boundary. Nepal 48 for no after 5.2 overs. Kenyans leaking runs.
One mic is not working.
Mala goes over short mid-wicket. They're looking for the second run. It's not there. Good fielding there. Good return from the deep by Sukhdeep Singh. Nepal playing very good cricket at the moment. Shem comes back with a dot ball. They need to do this more. Ball dot balls create pressure. Again, Shem bowls good areas. Mala just drops it to backward point. There's no run. Good comeback by Shem. Shem finishes off well with another dot ball. 5 runs from this over. After the power play, Nepal 49 for no.
We are back. It's been quite interesting.
After the power play 6 overs, Nepal are 49 for no. We see another bowling change from the city end. Viraj Patel is also done a superb job for the Kenya team in the last 4 games.
And that's what I was speaking about, Steve, yesterday. They didn't sweep the spinners today, so they've swept Swept the first one, which was good. Yes! Not a catch at all. I thought it was a catch, struggling firm. Went very firm. Could have got excited a little bit. I thought it was a good catch from Collins, but very firm hit by Mala. Treated on the leg side. Looking for two, not at all.
Kenyans are looking a bit flat in the first 6 overs. I would have thought after yesterday's victory, they would have come, you know, with more positive intent and a high morale.
Pushing him. Can they push for two? They run the first one quick. Are they looking for two? No. Stick to one. Good chase from the captain. Raj, can he give us a breakthrough? Can he give the Kenyans a breakthrough? They need one. Nepal right on top. 51 for no. What a dream start. Viraj firing it well. He's only gone for 2 runs so far. He's got a little big fun on the one corner, Steve. Pushed it again on the leg side. Can they push for 2? No. Stick to 1.
So far 3 runs from this over. Can Viraj close the over nicely?
26, 23.
Finishes off with a single. 4 runs from that over. Nepal 53 for no loss after 7 overs. This is the time Kenyans should look to pull it back, Kennedy. You know, with the field spread out, boundary operators, they need to keep it a little bit tight, build some pressure on the Nepalese batsmen.
That's a big challenge. Nehemiah has been quite expensive, and every time he comes into ball, I think with a ball you already licked runs, ball your strengths, you come back, go back to your spinners, and keep a lot of pressure on him. So they've gone 45, he's gone, so they're going to try and prevent a sweep. And this is the kind of field that you want to see when a spinner is bowling. Still the guy in a circle are quite far. Will they be able to stop the single? Oh.
That was a chance there. Family struck.
Just put its hands and then take them off. Should have taken it. Quite well struck 4. Good shot. Oh, he took his hands off. Should have tried.
Arjun using his feet.
Good one again. The good thing is he taps and runs. If you're in, unless they definitely must have got used to him of tapping and running. Again, good ball. Picked up the single. Shem has already gone for 4. Dot, then a single. Can he create more pressure? It's it on the gap. Yes, it is on the gap. Is it gone all the way? Yes, gone all the way, right on the gap. And Arjun, they're really on fire. Good shot, good placement.
That was a half tracker from Shem. And Arjun rocked back, hit it over deep mid-wicket for 6.
Good shot.
Up.
It's a better line. The half tracker really treated it well, with a lot of authority.
I beg your pardon, that was Gyaneda Mala.
Mala is hitting it well. It's gone to 33. Arjun was at 29. Score is 65. Yes! They got a little bit excited. First wicket goes. Kenya gets the breakthrough they wanted, and guess who gave them the breakthrough? His name is Shem Gocha, the captain himself. Ball a little bit wider. He got a little bit greedy. He had got 4-6-1-1. He got more than what he needed on that over. And a good breakthrough from Kenyans.
Arjun charges, and the ball gets a bit of turn and bounce. And Karim takes a good stamping to get rid of Arjun.
And the score is 65-1. A well-deserved breakthrough from Kenya, Steve.
Yes, and they need to keep doing this, picking wickets. As we see, Dipendra Aire walks in at 1 down with a score 65-1 after 8 overs.
Let's talk a little bit about Arjun's quite a late guy. Still good.
As Aire walks in, we see another bowling change from the City end. Nelson Odhiambo replacing, beg your pardon, from the City end. Raj Patel continues.
Yeah, Raj has bowled well, good areas, good stamping. I thought Arjun, I was talking about Arjun earlier. He's quite a young guy, he's still got a long way to go. He will realize how valuable the starts are, especially when you open betting and you get a chance to get a start, because it can be rough up there when you're up the order. So if you get a chance to get a start, make use of it. Gets on the leg side, they run the first one quicker. Can they look for the second one? Try to get the second one. Good throw from Rakib, only stick to a single. I batted well also, Steve, in bits and pieces, but the main guy is Mala. If they get Mala, they'll create a little bit of pressure. From the senior, Collins is talking to the young Viraj. Good shot. Look for one. Still not attacking the ball. Yes, he recovered, but attack the ball. Don't invite that too. The surface looks very good. So we're playing short through the line. Plays the sweep shot again. Tries to pellet chase from Lucas. Got 3 runs. That's what I spoke about yesterday, Steve. I think they've got it right today. With the spinners, you can't keep on playing on the off. You got to try and play the pedal sweep. Let him think a little bit. And it's not a big sweep so that you want to try and hit it. Just a small one, a tiny one. And change of field, 45 comes in. Yeah, that's the area. He's already licked 5 runs. Balls, can they manage 2? They're looking for 2. Yeah.
That's again good fielding from Rakib, running in about 50 meters to cut off the 2.
That's very good. That's very good. Rushed in nice. And that's what I'm saying from Naimea. Don't invite it. Run quickly and get into it. And that's the end of the over. And the score, 71-1 after 9. Crowds have been tricking in. This should be a good one in the afternoon. We've got a good nap. A couple of Kenyan flags. It's going to be quite interesting.
And as we see the bowling change from the City end, Nelson Odhiambo replacing the skipper, Shem Goche.
And that's what Steve have been saying. The most important thing, guys, they've found playing spinners is harder. He's got 3 spinners on his team. Why not use them? The seamers have gone way ahead.
Let him go this way, straighter.
So just use them this way. Rakhi Patel bowled yesterday very well. He bowled nicely yesterday. What a start with the white ball. Get it straight, get it straight. The good thing is, I like about this about Irfan, he's decided to come up. So he's forcing you. Yeah, if you want to hit it, you got to hit it from inside the crease. Good shot.
Again, short outside off stump. And Aire jumps onto it, slapped it through backward point for 4 runs.
It's quite scary. And the seamers are not impressive at all. They've been bowling short and wide. Take nothing away from the batsmen, you still got to dispatch them away. And they've been doing that very well. It's a new batsman. Why give him that room? Again over the top, one bounce there too. Still, they're still bowling short and wide. They're inviting that shot. And the wicketkeeper is up. Why bowl it short? Bowl it up. Let him hit you on the mid-off area. You've got protection.
I think they've just got to change their line a bit and bowl a bit straighter. Don't give too much room outside off stump.
It's too much room they're giving.
Bowls a slow ball, chance of a run out. Ooh. The batsmen go through. That's good running from the Nepalis.
Keep on saying this again. If you're in the inner circle, stop it. Run up. Make him dive when he gets to a single. He taps it. It's already shown you that he's not going to hit it. He's just going to tap it way ahead. Well picked from Irfan. Nyamia goes on. He's going for a wide. First of all, he's already on 6 runs. 7 runs already on the over. Okay, another invites another outside off stump. That's the area they've been bowling.
And they've persisted with that line even though they are leaking runs. I think the keeper needs to speak to his bowlers and say, guys,
Bring it a little bit touch in.
let's be a bit tight.
I don't mind if you mix it like that. I've got no issue of that. The only issue I've got is when you're giving too much room. So you're letting him let him create the shot. But if it's there to hit on the wide, it's much easier. So if you create the shot, then he's also giving you a chance.
Looking for to drop that short mid-wicket. Well done by the keeper, Karim.
Good chase. Fun. You can stick to single. That's a better line. That's a far much better line. His slower ball is much better. He's bowling it into good areas. So he's forcing you to try and create room to hit it. .170, 180, is it a good score? Is the wicket too flat? Again on the leg side. That's the line he should be bowling. If he bowled all those 3 balls there, should have been in good areas. And the score is 82-4. Take a small break and welcome to channel. Take us through the next 5 overs, which is going to be quite exciting.
Good timing, Kennedy. Enjoy yourself.
And as we welcome Charu to the commentary box, Nepal 82 for 1 after 10 overs. They're going at 8 runs per over. They've started off positively with good intent. Charu, we've seen a good start by the Nepalis, especially in the power play, and now they're just consolidating.
Very well put. The power play was useful for Nepal, and they've treated the spinners with some level of respect. Although, of course, unlike yesterday, when they were unplayable, there isn't too much spin here. And I do think it's much, much easier for batting. So, yes, 82 for 1 at the halfway stage. You'd think at least about 170, 175. We could see the biggest score, the highest score of this series. And, of course, the best part, they've lost only that 1 wicket when Arjun Saud got a little ambitious. Tried to rush down Shem Ngoche, the skipper. Okay, more spin. Collins Abuya. And I will repeat myself. I don't think this pitch is taking too much spin. And if you want to just push them around for singles, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, so far we've not seen any spin, especially when Shem bowled from the commentator's end.
Very full Collins Abuya first ball. And that will, unfortunately, for Kenya, go for a boundary. That's a little poor. He got right behind it, but not enough. There was a bit of an awkward bounce. It hit the body and went through for 4. Collins and Kenya will not be too pleased.
Yeah, that was a poor piece of fielding. That should have been stopped in the deep by Nehemiah. Got awkward bounce, but still, body behind the ball is the basics of the game.
Now that's a bonus boundary for sure. That's a
Collins comes back with a dot ball.
Yeah, that's... Slightly short cutaway. That could be another boundary. There is a man at cover point. Too much work to do. How well was that cut? Just brilliant. Great timing. Kept it along the ground. Everything very pleasing about that shot.
Picked up the length of the ball, went back into his crease, used his hands nicely there to steer it through backward point. Kenyans leaking runs here.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a decent over. 8 of it already, decent for Nepal, that is. Gyanendra Malla on 39. This could be 2 if they run hard, and they do decide to. Once the decision was taken, always becomes a lot easier. Too much work to do for Rakeb coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary line.
And good running from the Nepalis. They've done this brilliantly so far, pushing the boundary fielders and inner ring circles, picking singles in the inner ring and picking 2s when the ball goes to the boundary.
Oh, bit of a problem with the bat here for Gyanendra Malla. He says, I want a new one, because all of a sudden he's detected a crack at the bottom. And I suppose batsmen are allowed, of course, at any point in time to change bats. I don't think the umpires will be
As we have a short break, Malla changing his bet. He's been batting well so far on 41 runs, and he's steadily building another partnership with Aire.
The rest of the dugout's pretty keen to come out and get a bat today. I think yesterday they were all wondering, well, who's going to go next? Not me, because it was doing so much the pitch. Adil, of course, is padded up. He's a big hitter of the ball, big boy. But I think they're more or less sorted out now with another bat. These days, what can I say, Steve? Everybody seems to have half a dozen bats at least.
Yeah, and you know, that is what is going around. Batters carrying about 6-7 bats in their bag. But again, the surface has played well.
That it has.
The batsmen have trusted the bounce on the surface. They can hit through the line.
Let's see what this new bat does to Malla. Tries to go big, very well struck, but there is a cover sweeper. Struck so hard, no chance of a double there. I think that bat's pretty good, the one that he's got now.
End of the 11th over, they got 11 runs from that. Nepal 94 for 1 after 11.
Another good phase of play for Nepal. They lost their first wicket at about 67 or so, if I remember correctly. A near 30-run stand, and it's come pretty quickly. Dipender Singh Airi, one of their more important all-rounders, a trusted player. He is also very young, just 21, Airi, but he does dart those, well, let's call them three-step medium paces, no real off-spin. Got away with it with a very good analysis once. Slower one yet again by Nelson. He does bowl those fairly regularly, the slower ones, and they haven't really capitalized on those. They haven't really spotted it quickly enough to hit them big.
And it's a difficult art, you know, darting them Yorker length, especially as a spinner. But he's done it successfully for Nepal in the past few games.
Another slower one, patted away into the covers for a single, no chance for two. I suppose Nepal, in the position they are, the last thing they need is a risky run to maybe get run out. That they should just completely lock away in some cupboard now, this whole run out concept.
And definitely, you know, with the two batters who set now, you don't want to lose one of them through a run out.
Gyanendra Malla now on strike is at 43. He missed out his half century in the last match, well, a couple of matches ago, got 47, I think. Oh, down leg. Poor delivery. There is a short fine. Had Malla got a bit of bat to it, chances are it would have beaten the short fine, who's at 45. He's back as the keeper. Irfan Karim. Much better. To the left of short fine. They could have taken the second. There was hesitation once again. I'm not making too much of this, but these two at the crease, and even earlier, Arjun and Malla, just a little unsure about their running, which is something that I'm sure Nepal will look at, because we've seen that when you're committed for the two, Steve, 19 times out of 20, you make it safely when you're committed.
Yeah, once there's that doubt in your mind and your partner, it becomes difficult. So, and I would want to believe, since they are teammates, there has to be that understanding.
What a fabulous square cut. Wow. Waited for that. Terrific. Gets only one for it, but what a handsome shot. Pleasing to watch. Two balls still to go, no boundary, but this is the middle passage of play, and I don't think Nepal is going to be too worried. If they have many wickets in hand, then the last 5-6 overs can go for plenty, we think, with the pitch not doing too much.
Definitely, yeah. With wickets in hand, they can open their shoulders in the last few overs.
Again, drifting down leg. Will they take the two? No. Amble for a single. One more ball left. Slightly better by Nelson, this one, even though that one wide wasn't too clever a ball. But the keeper was up. And we just want to remind you, as Kennedy was saying earlier, this will keep the batsman honest. There he is. Irfan Karim, one of the tallest keepers I've seen, Steve, but he does a good job. So he's up. I don't think the batsmen are going to try and charge down. Once again down leg. Will they take two here? They have the opportunity. Man comes racing in. Collins. Irie wants to. But fair enough. It was Malla's call since he was watching the ball a little more closely. And they take only one. 12 gone. It's 101 for 1 Nepal. Well, it's about time they bring Raj back because he has been their best bowler without doubt, Kenya, Steve. And if they can get a wicket or two here in this middle passage of play, all of a sudden the complexion of the game may change.
And I've been impressed by Raj, youngster coming into the team and doing so well.
Goes for the big swing, misses completely. And starts to move his leg a little further towards the ball. Does Irie.
Start with a dot ball. I was just talking to him the other day, and he seems a quite confident youngster.
Well, that he is. I think all left-arm slow bowlers are just so much on target, so accurate, that very early in their career they pick up heaps of confidence knowing that they can hit a coin 5 times out of 6 if you ask them to. Space given up in the air, slices off the outside half of the bat. He will not get a boundary, but that was a false shot. And Raj Patel will feel like he's on to something here.
Again, that was pace off the ball by Raj, as Malla tried to go over extra cover.
Moral victory to Raj Patel. Oh, up in the air and no, missed. Would you believe it? Raj Patel cannot believe it himself. Well, he put the lunge in, and I think he over-lunged the ball going inside his palms, so we think. No, just on the outside, but oh, such an important opportunity for Kenya. Goes begging. Well, what was that reaction? Will he get taken there? He does! Brilliant catch taken in the outfield. Dipender Singh Irie. Wow, just a rush of blood there. Paid the penalty. What a fine catch diving to his right. In the covers. Brilliant.
Brilliant catch there by Sukdeep, running in and taking it on the dive. Again, Raj strikes for Kenya. Bowled it a little bit wide, so the batsman charging in and tossed it a little bit wide. And Sukdeep takes a brilliant catch.
Raj Patel strikes again. The ball was too wide. Maybe he saw Dipender Singh Irie rushing down and just pushed it a little wider. Got the outer half of the bat. And Dipender Singh Irie will take no more part with the bat today. Decent knock, but I'm sure he was looking for a lot more. Great to see people in here on the Tuesday afternoon at the Nairobi Gymkhana, Steve. It's an iconic ground, and I'm sure that you've seen it plenty of times. Full of people, full of noise, and great atmosphere. Today too, we're happy that a lot of people have turned up.
Yes, very nice to see people coming to support the teams. It brings back good memories when we played Sri Lanka here. We had a crowd of 20,000.
No, where? Everybody standing on each other then? Wow.
And it was fully packed. It was a great atmosphere during that game.
I can only imagine. Wasn't here, but yeah, it's a wonderful ground. It is in the middle of the city, Nairobi in Kenya. Very accessible, wonderful clubhouse, good hospitality. Nepal now having lost their second wicket. I wonder if Rohit's going to take a little bit of time to settle down. This, of course, is Malla, waiting to get his 50 on 48. Now that's it. Wicket taking over by Raj Patel. What's new? 105 for 2 after 13.
And Raj, having picked a wicket, forces the skipper to come on himself. Kenya realize spinners are the ones who are going to do the job for them.
Well, he He has. He has. He has picked up 1 wicket so far. Shem. So easily done.
Yeah, Shem starts off with a ball around the pads.
Goes
That's
for
a
the
good
big
shot.
one.
Oh, and it goes for 4. Good try there by Rakep. Was a ball outside off stump. Hit firmly by Mala.
Well, I hope Patel's okay because he's nursing his hand. Nice dive put in by him, but he was always going to be second best.
And Mala goes to his 50.
Yep, congratulations, Gyanendra Malla. The first 50 for Nepal on this Kenya-Nepal tour. T20s, 5 of them. Just to remind everybody who's watching, first, of course, thank you for tuning in. This is the 5th and final T20. The two teams locked 2-all. So everything to play for. Nepal have started well. Again, full. This time to the right of long on. Didn't quite get the same connection with the bat.
Score is on the Nelson. Short ball, Rohit cuts, but cuts straight to the point fielder, Nelson Odhiambo.
Well, Rohit has only just come in, so he was a shade tentative. Didn't throw the bat at that square cut. Again, up to extra cover, over extra cover. Will that go for 4? Yes, he got enough of bat on that. And Rohit Paudel helps himself to a boundary. He hit it in a very safe spot. Once you go over extra cover, if you have that ability, chances are that even if you hit it in the air, you will either get a boundary or certainly not get caught. Good shot.
Always a difficult shot to execute, but Rohit does it well.
Oh, the late cut. And once it passes the short third, it might go all the way. Was it Raj Patel who puts on the dive? I think they have time for 3. And the throw's wild. They could take another, make it 4. Poor cricket. Raj, you needed to be a little better with the throw. Good bowler. Well, even that dive didn't quite work out. So an expensive over from the Kenyan captain. 14 gone, 119 for 2. Well, do we see more acceleration now by Nepal? They have 8 wickets in hand, only 6 overs to go. That's plenty in the tank. Gyanendra, of course, has gotten his 50, so expect him to also now be a little more explosive. And there we are, right on cue. Big one, huge one over the side screen. That might be out of the ground as well. Oh, magnificent shot. Gyanendra Malla shows Raj Patel, who's boss here. Yeah, put his left leg out and swung through. Huge 6.
That's a beautiful shot by Malla. He realizes now it's time to change gears. With 6 overs to go, 8 wickets in hand. He's already gotten his 50. He's going to step on the gas.
Who's going to get the ball back? I think we've already lost one. That one on the driveway as you come into the Nairobi Gymkhana. Of course, there's another ground beyond that, so it's not gone into public territory. But somebody needs to get the ball back, or we're going to have to get another one. What's the indication? Yep, the umpires are saying, can we have the box of balls, please? New balls, please. Well, they used one. Somebody has to go fetch that ball. But that was a fabulous strike. And of course, the confidence of having been there for quite a while. Gyanendra Malla did step it up right on cue, we thought, Steve. You and I were talking about acceleration. And Gyanendra Malla, fearless. It's just once you're confident and you've been there for a while and the team's doing well, wickets in the stable, you tend to put the ball to 6, which otherwise you might have batted down for a single or maybe a defensive shot. It's just the mindset, Steve. It makes plays such an important part.
Yes, definitely. Like you said, once you've spent some time on the wicket, you know what the wicket is doing. You know what the bowlers are doing. And, you know, just that natural instinct takes over.
Okay. What next? Tries to do that again. It's up in the air. It could go to hand. Deep mid-wicket running down. And should be taken easy catch. So Malla will depart. I suppose the dugout won't really mind, even though he was the established batsman, should have stayed there longer. But tries to go for consecutive 6s. And it's a good catch near the boundary line.
And Raj Patel strikes again. He's the one who's smiling now after being hit for a 6. Picks his 2nd wicket.
It's
good.
The old firm, isn't it? Old Patel, caught Patel.
Yeah, good catch there in the deep by Rakib Patel.
So Messrs. Patel and Patel ensure that Nepal lose their 3rd. I'm not suggesting they have to be a little careful now because they've got plenty of runs and still have 7 wickets in hand. Here's that look again. Goes across instead of going in front and pays the penalty. Doesn't quite catch it right. Got plenty of elevation, but not. Keeps coming somewhere here.
At the fall of Malla, Pawan walks in with Nepal 125 for 3 after 14.2 overs. They're well poised to post a big total in this 5th and final T20 match. It's the decider of the series with both teams tied 2-2. Pawan faces his fast ball, tries to cut outside off stump, misses. It's a dot ball. At this stage, again Pawan pitch short, cuts it to backward point. Sukhdeep runs in and cuts the 2nd run. Good fielding by Sukhdeep.
Yeah, Sukhdeep's making it count, his presence. He's also a good bat, also a keeper, a valuable player for Kenya. I suspect he's still very young. He'll value this experience. Already a very good catch. And now, even the Nepal batsmen doing the right thing. They ran the first one very quickly and then were watchful. Sukhdeep made no error. And they took only 1. Oh, a rare loose delivery could have been taken. What a brilliant effort at mid-wicket. Oh boy, all of Kenya will be disappointed. And so to Nehemiah, I think it was. It was a little high, struck very hard. You can say that Pawan was lucky.
That was a good effort from Nelson. It was
Nelson, sorry. Was there 2 with the long hair? Now, this is one they could take 2 here. No. Colin Zabuya, I think, runs in from deep square. Another good over by Raj Patel. 15 gone, was hit for a 6, then took a wicket. It's 1-8 for 3 after 15. Well, Steve Tikolo is going to take a break for this final 5 overs of the first innings. I'm going to be joined once again by Kennedy Obuya. And I wonder what his thoughts are about a final score here. 5 overs. That's 30 balls, 1-8 for 3. Welcome to the commentary box once again, Kennedy. What do you think?
Thank you very much.
Final score ought to be for Nepal here. 1-8 for 3, 5 overs to go.
Cherry, it's going to be an interesting one. Tighten your seatbelt. It's going to go there. It's going to be a brilliant one. Yeah, we go solid finish. 170, 180 would be a good score.
Yeah, they certainly have the opportunity in Nepal. They've got a few big hitters. 3 of them back in the pavilion. All 3 have done reasonably well. Rohit Paudell's been there for a while. Pawan Saraf, who often opens for Nepal, has come in at number 5 today, but we know he can also hit big.
Can they accelerate from here? Can the Kenya pull it back? That's the sweet bit of the whole game. There you go! Clean balled him! The captain has done it. Totally bambooed him.
Well, Shem Goche is the man for Kenya. Picked up the first, comes back in again, picks up another. The spinners are once again working wonders for Kenya. Well, Pavan will be so disappointed. So will his coach and skipper. Maybe tried to hit big a little too early, unless that was a call from the dugout. Yet he chose the wrong ball. Tried to go big over mid-wicket. Would have been much better going straight behind the bowler. But, well, too late now.
And that's the experience. That's what we were talking about. There's a difference between slogging and playing normal cricket shots. If they play normal cricket shots from where they are now, you're looking at 7-8 runs and over, we land it to where you want to go. But if you want to go there as quickly as possible, you're creating pressure on the new batsmen, because for the Kenyan to slow you down, they got to keep on picking up wickets. And that's what they've been doing at the moment.
Pavan Saraf walking back. Well, quite appropriately disconsolate. I'm sure there was a lot of expectation. He opened, I think, the previous match, got out very first ball by nicking it to the keeper. But he's still got another game. Came in at number 5, did nothing. That's a big setback for Nepal. Yet, they've got a few others who can hit the ball big. Adil, for instance, who's walked in now. Very, very tough player. Oh!
What a ball. And
Turn for Shem.
And Cheru, that's the most sometimes surprisingly when you play this game. You may find them when I'm betting, I'm hitting them well. When you come to bet, things are different. So I play according to what you're seeing.
This time he cuts again, not fielded clean at point. He'll take only a single. So that brings Rohit Paudel there. Rohit Paudel only 20. In fact, Adil is only 19. He's now at the non-strikers end. So there's some very young players in Nepal. I think the average age is 22 or something. What a terrific experience.
Very good. That's when I think move forward.
Well, yes or no, yes or no. I don't know why there's so much hesitation. I've got to make a special note of that. I'm not suggesting that every other player in the world doesn't hesitate, but in the running between the wickets of Nepal players, there's a lot of hesitation. Maybe they just don't play enough. Maybe they're young. I've talked about the average age.
Yes, no, call should be very clear.
Shapes away to cut. And this time very well fielded on the bounce at backward point. A wicket taking over from the Kenyan skipper. He's doing well. 16 gone. 1-3-1 for 4.
The fielding has been shocking, to be very honest. It has not impressed me at all. There's a midfield on that corner. There's a midfield on here. There's a midfield down on this other side. Those little things make a big difference. So there's a look. 4 runs, 8. Already you have leaked 10 runs, which are not supposed to be there. And I've mentioned the singles. There have been so many.
Yeah. Well, 2 catches also. One, Raj Patel, return catch, was just a little short. It whizzed past his left hand. And, of course, also Nelson, I think, at mid-wicket, popped one up. Yeah, correct, so exactly. 2 catches. I wonder how much will hurt them.
And look at them. Sheru mentioning the keepers. You saw the keeper took in a brilliant one on the boundary.
Yep.
We are everywhere on the outfield, behind the stumps. We are very good.
Oh, slower one. Should have fielded that himself on his follow-through. Elijah Otieno. Except, I'm sorry, Sukhdeep's no keeper. He's fielding today, so he's disqualified.
Fielding. You saw the catch. And we moved, very good fielding from the young man.
Yeah.
And a very strong arm he's got. As not to mention that people normally say that keepers don't have strong arm. Very strong arm for throwing.
All right, I'll take that. Elijah goes down leg. And that should have been sent for more, except it was a slower one, not read quickly enough by Adil. Just pats it down. Now we're going to start running out of deliveries as we get to the business end of this Nepal innings. Remember, they won the toss, opted to bat first, And runs on the board have a certain psychological advantage. They've done well so far. Just under 4 overs to go. Perhaps another 30, 40 runs. Down leg. And he just turned it away.
That's a good shot, but he's been bowling so many slower balls. And Irfan Karim is telling him, ball it a little bit outside off stump. So make him hit it where your field are. But he's not big. He's bowled all 3 slow balls. He's been quite predictable.
Well, you can bowl a slower ball, but if you're going to go erring in line, then they're going to go for many. And I wonder if Powdell could have actually whacked that for a 6, but he did very well to control that. Got a boundary of a bad ball.
So for me, if they get 40 runs, that will take you nearly 10 runs and over. So they land to about 170, 180.
Well, that's what they should be targeting with 6 wickets still in hand. Cut away, that should be another boundary. Handled it very well. It wasn't such a bad delivery. I think just very well played by Rohit Kumar Powdell. In control, kept it down, found the gap, 4 runs.
Good shot. Good shot. Played around with the bowler nicely. Bowled a slower ball, first he pulled it on leg, then he bowled a quicker one, he cut it down. Good shot and good thinking. My disappointing part is the spinners. I haven't seen Rakib Patel bowl. He's bowled very well. It looks like the wicket is a little bit slower, so if you can bowl again, if you can get Rakib to bowl, let them share. The seamers have gone big time.
Well, I wonder if they'll get Rakib at this late stage, the death overs. Again, pulled, could go to hand, nobody there. Well, that's a poor delivery, considering that the square leg was in. Short, should have deserved the treatment, got it. Might even look for 6 again, but Rohit happy to take 4. This is turning out to be a really good over for Nepal.
And that's what they were calling it. See, they normally call them lollipops, and those are what is bowling at the moment. They are all lollipops. They are being hit all over.
Well, still square leg is in, Kennedy, so he'd better not bowl that ball again. Short fine, square leg near the umpire. If you drift down leg, that's going to go for many. Outside off. Very well struck, but your man is there.
Oh, good.
Sukhdeep, and shows a good arm.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, Wiki. Well done, Sukhdeep. A very disappointing over. And the score is 146 for 4 after 17. Where did they go from here? Did they go stick with Nelson with the spin, with the change of pace? Elijah has been very disappointing with his slower balls.
Well, they do have Collins Obuya as a spin option, if they want to exercise that. He didn't have a very good over, though, when he bowled earlier. And, of course, as you've been mentioning, Rakib. But at this stage, if you introduce a slow bowler with the pitch not doing too much and the ball coming in, as Rakib does to right-handers, I wonder if they'll take heavy toll, the Nepal batsmen, because they have nothing to lose now. They have 6 wickets in the bag, 3 overs left. They might hurt the off-spinner.
It's going to depend how you land, where you are landing it. That's very, very, very important.
Late cut, well done. Raj this time dives to his left. Luckily for him, it was on the bounce, so he could field it easier.
A lot of change of pace. Nearly every ball, don't be predictable. Got to push a few. That's a good ball. What a start. It's ball single. One single will not hurt you. So if you can mix them up and force them not to squeeze in a boundary on business. But if you're a Nepali, you're looking for boundaries.
Goes big, doesn't quite connect. Again, Sukhdeep is going to be in business. And he limits it to only 1 with that magnificent keeper's throw.
Excellent. Can't ask for anything more than that, Charu. He's got 1 and 1. So he's bought 2 singles. That's what you need. Just don't lick a boundary at the moment.
Well, I have to say that he's not been able to connect too well for the moment, Adil. But now we got Rohit Powdell, who's on 27 and looking good. Some very handsome shots so far. Goes big into the gap, and that will be 4. Between long on and deep mid wicket, he targeted that area and hit it to perfection, precision.
And that's a good shot. He bowled it outside off stump, but he forced it on that area. That's what I'm saying. It's too predictable at the moment. They're bowling too many slow balls. You got to push a few. Otherwise, it becomes much easier. The bowler knows what is happening. The batsman knows what is happening. And he can pound on you very quickly. Rohit has been very consistent on this series.
Nelson Odhiambo, fourth ball, gone for 6 already. And the scoop will fetch him another boundary. Very adventurous shot. It was a slower one, but he waited and he waited. And ultimately, the scoop proved to be productive.
He's toiling with Nelson. Extra cover. Good shot. Sorry, took it to mid-wicket. Good shot. And Dilshan scoop came in and got a boundary. This got good batting.
Well, 10 runs off the over. The highest score in the first innings in the tournament so far in this T20 was 156. Nepal chased that to get 157. That was a couple of days ago. And here we are equaling that high score with 2 overs. That's 12 and 2 more. 14 deliveries left. I suggest they would look for a minimum of 20, perhaps 25. That'll take them to 176, 180 even, Kennedy. Very much on the horizon with 6 wickets in the bag. You've got to even look for more.
It's having some word of wisdom from Collins, come all day from the boundary. Are they trying to slow the game down, make the batsman wait more? Sometimes it helps, let him be. His idol drops a little bit and gone. I've seen the third man. Is it the third man just coming?
Yeah, and
Yes.
Sukhdeep's come into square near the umpire. So what are they going to do? Bowl a little short outside off?
And they pushed the fan back, so I don't know what he's going to try or push the ball more.
Short outside off. Go for the big slash. Get caught a third man. There, but he's up to it. Bordell says, I'm still going to go where I want to go, and fetches it from outside off to the gap on the leg side for 2.
And that's the feel that Collins maybe has been saying, has been telling him to bowl. If you bowl on that area outside off stump, you force him to fetch it from there and take it to the leg side, then you're doing a good job. It's once in a while, but if you bowl a bouncer or bowl a short ball, you're in trouble.
Well, the backward point is inside the circle. There's the third man and a cover sweeper. Now, if you hit the ball uppish, there's a gap there. Oh, that's a wide.
It's a good one.
That plan is so telegraphed. I mean, everybody can see what he needs to bowl with this kind of a field. And surely, Rohit Kumar Paudel, who's batting on 37, is smart enough to outguess the bowler.
It's going to be an interesting one. This one, I thought that was too harsh. It was not that much of a wide ball. But the middleman is in charge. Nelson was not happy at all. If you bowl into that field, it makes more sense.
Last ball of the 18th over. Oh, yes, well done.
Good thinking.
They may still take 2, though. No, there's a slip, and he still decides to take 2. The throw comes in. And the keeper's then not quick enough. They steal the second. Very good over for Nepal once again. 161 for 4. 2 overs to go.
They get 20, 70, 80, 180s on card. They could get more than that.
That's going to take some getting by Kenya. They do have a decent set of batsmen, but you're required to go hard straight from the top. And there's always a bit of risk in the power play. You might get even 45, 50, but if you lose 2 or 3 wickets, it could get really tough. The consistency of getting 9, 10 and over all the way through gets really tough on the batsman to come later.
But their betting is quite deep. They can afford to go hard. If they bet hard and try and attack the seamers, because they haven't done that. Rakib has done very well with the spin bowling. He's attacked them well. He only needs a little bit of support. You've seen a little bit of Budia, and we've seen a little bit of with a good finish from Lucas. So if they can bowl it, if they can put pressure on them, it will be very, very, very interesting. That's it. Water coming in. It's been quite hot. Change of gloves. Gets a drink.
Change of gloves, some new instructions. Not that the batsmen inside don't know. They only have 12 deliveries left, so the normal instruction would be, hey, listen, throw caution to wind. Go big. Try and get that 180, 185 and throw down the gauntlet.
Lucas has gone. His third man in.
Adil hasn't done too much. 3 only. He's been there for a while. Time for him to cut loose. Now or never. He's a big boy, like I said, very strongly muscled, Adil. And he goes big, but he doesn't quite connect. That was a good delivery, very full.
It's good on order start. That's the area to bowl. Let him go. Let him look, try and fetch it underneath. Good Yorkers. He's a big boy. He can bowl those good Yorkers. A short ball, you're asking for trouble. The field is not placed for it at all.
Especially behind square on the leg side. Square legs in at the umpire. The fine legs in. Raj Patel. Will he be adventurous? Rohit Kumar Paudel batting on 39. Does he move outside off and play it to leg? Oh, well, that's very wide. I think Lucas also suggesting that, listen, you're not going to play me on the leg side. No way, no sir.
That's a good thing. I don't mind him doing that. Ball it a little bit wider if he's moving. Force him to hit on your areas. And because he's a left armer, so he's still bowling it across. So it's very good. It will work nicely.
Where are the boundary riders? On the leg side, just a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Nothing behind square. On the offside, 3 boundary riders. Long off, cover sweeper, third man. And he does go down leg.
Attack him in now. They run the first one fast. Can they get the second one? Yes, they do. Oh!
Ouch, that hurt Lucas. The ball was not in his hand, but of course they'd run very, very quickly. Now that I like. That kind of commitment. I know it's coming late in the innings and you feel, okay, if I lose my wicket, I'll still be okay. But you see that. The commitment was there and they made the 2 so quickly and it didn't go too far from the long on fielder.
That's good running. Good running in between. The intensity is very good. They're running fast. They're taking the first one fast. And it's good. The 9th striker is the one who is coming back. So he's not the one who's not hitting the ball. So it's much easier for him to tap, take off when the bowler is bowling, and then be ready to come back as quick as he can.
Maybe they took only one, I don't know. Rohit Paudel tries to go big. Oh yes, he's found the gap. That's brilliant. Even though it wasn't a bad ball at all, very full, slightly outside off, but he squeezes it into that narrow gap between extra cover inside the 30-yard circle and the long off on the boundary. Handsome shot, pleasing cover drive.
Good shot. Field placing is totally wrong if it goes to your right, which means that your field placing is wrong. It should go to your left. If it beats you on your left, then there's nothing wrong with it. On your right, you're the one who's supposed to cover that area.
I agree with you, but it was just hit too well. Screamed to the boundary. Again, very full. I've got to say, Lucas is bowling really well. Will they take the second? Not this time. And a good decision.
Good throw. They're putting pressure on the fielders completely.
But Lucas, I have to admit, has bowled consistently, very full, not allowing the batsman to get underneath. There was that wonderful screaming extra cover drive, but apart from that, just singles. He's done very well for Kenya.
Very good bowling. It's also a shame. Start from 30. If nobody's doing to look for singles at the moment, it's still like 40. Good ball!
The stumps cartwheel behind. And Adil tried to go big, missed. Lucas didn't. We've said that he's been bowling well. He gets his reward.
And that's what he needed. That's what we've been talking about, is ball on that area. Be consistent on that area. Even if they hit you, but you're on that area, consistent on that area, it doesn't matter. And outstanding and good bowling from Lucas. Clean ball him. The score, 170 for 5.
Well, just 7 deliveries left. And we see the unmistakable gait of the Nepal captain. Or is this someone else? We'll see. No, it isn't. Okay, it's Vivek Kumar Yadav. There's that wicket. Right on target. Lucas doing really well. Good line. Great length. Adil trying to go big. Head up in the air.
That's a good one, 170. It's going to be a good, if Kenya chase this one, it's going to be quite exciting. When Nepal keep attack with the spinners, can Kenya go hard in the beginning? But at the moment, it's on Nepalis. They've been all over Kenyans.
Vivek Yadav was the one who, I think, bowled their first over in the first match, and he was all over the place. Unfortunately, was then dropped and has made it back into the team only for this, the 5th and final, most important T20, with the 2 teams locked 2-all. So we'll see what he can do with the ball later. Here he is with the bat. Oh, he goes over. Didn't quite catch that at all. Will they take the two? They do decide to take the second. And the dive comes in. They may have to go upstairs for that. Yadav putting a price on his wicket, does put in the dive, but I suspect the throw was so good. It was the keeper's arm from Sudeep.
The keeper's arm, if he makes it through, it's going to be a good one. There you go. Where is he? Oh, it's a tight one for us. Are we really going to see what is going to happen? There we go. No, it's going to be a tough one.
Look at the dive, though. Brilliant.
That's the commitment you want to see. That's the commitment. Oh, I don't want to be the umpire on this one. I don't want to be the umpire on this one.
Well, it looks like the bat's inside the line. I don't see the bails flying, but we can't because the keeper's covering it from this angle. Irfan Kareem. Yeah, but look, that dive was at express speed. I mean, that was like a... He wasn't diving, he was flying through the air.
That's what I say, huge commitment.
I have to admit that just for that dive, Vivek Kumar Yadav deserves to stay in. Okay, let me see if we can get another angle or not. Otherwise, do we give the advantage to the batsman?
100% advantage to the batsman. They only have one chance, but you can't tell from that angle.
Well, he's busy trying to get the dust off his shirt. Was a fabulous...
I can't tell completely. But from there, it's quite tough one because you only see when the stumps go down. So I think if you look at it, depends which team you're supporting. If you look from there, it looks like Irfan Kareem has got him out, but we can't really see because the bails normally go out first, then the stumps will follow. So from my angle there, it's a tight one. There you go. There, I'm talking about there. Back again. It's a tough one.
Tight. But I'm still very impressed with that flying trapeze act. Vivek Kumar Yadav, wonderful to see that commitment. And he gets the green light. Good for Yadav, good for Nepal. But it was an excellent piece of fielding.
Good
right on top of the stumps as well.
Good one. It's a tough one for them, umpire to get. If there's no other camera on this at the side, so it makes it more difficult.
That was a keeper to keeper. Sudeep knew exactly what the keeper needed. Right on top of the stumps.
Not to mention the running in between. So it's very good. They run fast. Sprint.
Last over, Kennedy. Here we go. 172. 185. Very much on the cards. That's only 13. In the final over, 13 is not very much.
Oh dear. He's not bowled well at all.
Yeah.
For him to be, for him and the captain to be gutsy enough to give him the ball. It's going to be interesting. He has gone for more than 15, 16 every over.
I wouldn't want to be near Maya Odiambo right now. Because the batsmen are going to go hard. Rohit Paudel batting on 46. I don't think he's going to care about his 50. He's going to go big every ball. And in that process, if he gets his 50, that'll be another sweet 50 for Nepal. They already have one in Gyanendra Malla.
Yeah, totally. They batted well. The confidence of Nehemiah will really matter on this over. So he's good batting from Rohit. He's batted well. I can't see from there unless he goes back one frame. Yes, that's good. We could see it there.
Well, it's a little late now, isn't it? Rohit Paudel, square drives. Well fielded. Do they want the two? No, they can still take it. Yeah, well, Rohit's so upset with himself. Not that you know that the throw is going to be wide, but it was, and they could have taken the second. Too late now.
Oh, dear.
Vivek Kumar Yadav there, very fortunate to still be there, but of course it could have been some other bat. So, unless he gets 20 runs this over, no real damage done with a run not being given.
Start with the single, good bowling. Gets underneath. Is he going to be there? The fielder is underneath. Easy catch, well taken. Good ball from Nehemiah. Good comeback after the first over. Bowled it right on the Yorker, and he couldn't get it over it. And very good catch from Budia.
Well, Yadav will be disappointed. Oh, is that Paudel? No, it's Yadav. Will be disappointed because a low full toss, ordinarily you'd put it away somewhere in some part of the park there. I think the bat turned just a bit in his hand. More high than long, and a rather easy catch for Budia. Got nicely underneath it. So Nepal do lose their 6th wicket. It brings big Karan Casey in, but it will be Paudel who has the strike, batting on 47. And if Karan does get an opportunity, let me assure you, hits the ball big. Hasn't really done much with the bat in this series. Has done very well with the ball. Here we go. 4 balls left. Outside off, and he'll get away with it. Borel trying to hit it too hard. Lost his shape, lost his balance, lost the opportunity for a boundary.
That's what I'm talking about. As I'm saying, every ball at the moment, if you get a dot ball, if you get a single is as good as a dot ball. He's bowled well so far. He's bowled a dot, or he's bowled 1 run, he's got a wicket, and he's got a dot. And keep it in mind, a wicket is always a dot. So it piles the pressure.
3 balls left for Nehemiah. Oh, up in the air. It was a slow one. Clever ball. Easy catch at square leg. Should be taken, and it is. Sukhdeep gets nicely underneath. Rohit Kumar Paudel will not today get his 50. Still a fine 47 for his team. We can't hold that against him. Can't be too critical. He had to go big. It was a very clever slow delivery by Nehemiah.
There you go. He tries to go, and that's what Nehemiah has bowled well. He's bowled a little bit away from him, but it's a slow one. And good hands from Sukhdeep. Very, very, very good hands. Waiting for the ball nicely, and Nehemiah was bowled very well on this last over.
Well, I was talking
So
about
far.
185. Look at, we're 173, only 1 run off this final over, 2 wickets. It's been fabulous. I think Nehemiah Odhiambo is going to remember this over for a long time, even though Nepal still have a very handsome 173, which will take a bit of getting.
170 is always a good score. It's always good to have score on the board. Then it's a opposition to take care of it. And now you throw the pressure to the bowling team. There we go, Nehemiah. 2 more balls.
Sompal Kami, the new man, and he's at the non-strikers. Karan has the opportunity to hit it big. Oh, it's again very full, very well bowled. Brilliant final over so far by Nehemiah Odhiambo.
That's good bowling. Totally good bowling. He's bowled it on the area that would love to bowl. He's forced them to try and go to mid-wicket.
I wonder if Karan's going to give him the charge this final over, just to be able to get a low full toss or something, because we know this is going to be full.
He's got to try something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Be adventurous. Oh, a slow one, hammered back, but not with much, not from the middle of the bat. The throw goes down to the keeper's end. Oh, he cannot collect. I suspect Karan would have made it anyway, despite that throw by Budia. So 2 runs to end the over. It's been a fantastic over. 2 wickets, just 3 runs. Nehemiah Odhiambo, well done. What a great finish for Kenya. They'll go back into the dugout feeling a little better about themselves, having saved perhaps 15 runs.
Oh, can they take this momentum to their batting side? They're giving each other high fives, so maybe they believe the surface is good for batting, so they can chase it. But outstanding performance from Nepal. 175. What a good inning. So we are set up for a very, 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 very good chase from Kenya if they chase it. And Nepal is with all the experience. Let's see what is going to happen.
We certainly will. There have been higher scores in T20 at this ground. In fact, we've got 191 by 7 by Pakistan against Bangladesh, September 2, 2007. So, but still, 176 for a win will take a bit of getting. And Nepal do bowl well with the new ball. Both Karan and Sompal have been very good with the movement. But I do think we have an interview down near the ground. I suspect... well, Shraddha's there, and we might get somebody soon with her. We'll see. But for now, let's confirm that Nepal have done very well. The highest score of this series, Kenya versus Nepal series. This is the 5th and final T20. Let's hear more from Shraddha.
Thank you, Charu, Steve and Kennedy, for presenting the first inning. I am at the iconic ground Nairobi Gymkhana, which has witnessed many historic innings and hopefully history in making. I would like to call Deputy Director, Sports of Kenya Government, Mr. Indakwa. Sir, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. This series has got tremendous success. Can we officially say cricket is back in Kenya now?
Definitely, yes. We can comfortably and confidently say that cricket is back in Kenya. We have stayed for over 3 years without any international matches being held here in Nairobi, and for sure, as you can see, the enthusiasm and the support, we are happy. We can say the game is back.
What are the plans to make Kenya team as strong as it was in 2002 and 3?
Cricket Kenya, I have seen they have put together a good team, a mixture of youth and experience. That means that they are looking forward, and this will give the youthful players an opportunity to develop so that they get the much needed experience. Then also the Kenya team has been participating in Challenge B series. We've played the games in Rwanda, Kigali, we've played in Kampala. Last month we were in Jersey. Now the international series are here. We are playing Nepal. Hopefully before the end of the year we will again have more matches so that this team gets back to getting used to playing competitively on a regular basis. That will definitely help to develop the team moving forward.
Happy to hear that. Can we ever produce legendary cricketers like Steve Tikulu, Arif, Karim, etc.? Because cricket is back again. Is it possible?
Yes, it's very possible, and with the stars that we have, the players that we have, already there are indications that given the opportunity and when we get back to the top level, we will definitely see more stars coming up, just to follow in the footsteps of the legends.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Kenya needs 175 to win this match as well as this series. That's it from the ground. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha. Good to hear from Mr. Indakwa. And I do hope that Kenya can produce all the heroic cricketers that they had in the past. Two of them sit in the commentary box with me. You got Kennedy Obuya with a final comment, and of course, Steve Tikolo as well. Kenya need 176 when they come out. It's going to be a very tall ask, very tall order. But as Kennedy says, they do have the batsmen. It's going to be a fabulous chase, and it's for the trophy. It's the big one. The two teams locked 2-all. The winner takes it all.
and Sukhdeep Singh. Both exciting players. They are expected to go as hard as they can initially with a new ball, but there was no spin at all. So tighten your seatbelt, and it's going to be a very, very, very good chase if they chase it. And the Nepalis have got trend bowlers straight and as mean as possible to restrict Kenya from getting there.
Yes, Kennedy, we've seen a good display of batting from Nepal to get to 175. Kenya require 176 at a run rate of 8.8 runs per over. So from the onset, Kenya need to step on the gas, as it were.
100%, Steve. Well said. Step on the gas, but is it the one like we used to have Sandeep Patel telling us, hit but watch? So do you hit? Do you watch? There we go. Quite exciting. St. Paul bowling from the commentator's end. And there we go. Fast ball. Collins of Weir is going to face. And St. Paul is going to have the ball on his hands. And there we go. What a start from Kenya. Run the first one quick. Will they get the second one? Good running from Collins. That's what you want to see more. Well done. What a start. 2 runs from Kenyans. St. Paul has given room. He's picked 2.
Collins starts off well. Short outside off stump. Cuts it to deep backward point. And they get 2 runs.
Got to make use of it. If he gives him room today, there's no time to spare him. You got to cut him. St. Paul, you got to come more straighter. Again tries to cut. Yes, misfield. And the crowd loves it. Picks up the single.
The skipper Lamishani will not be happy with that. They need to stop each and every run. It's very important.
Very crucial. 3 runs of 2 balls, and we spoke to the young Sukhdeep, and we spoke about him trying to hit the ball straighter. He's been trying to hit the ball on the leg side, trying to go straighter. He's a powerful hitter if he hangs around, but he's got to play positive. If he's there to hit, you got to hit it.
A lot of responsibility on the young shoulders of Sukhdeep as he opens the batting with Collins. Try and use the power play.
Good start, good comeback from St. Paul. Hit the right on the mark. Sukhdeep faces the ball, good length. He shuffles on the off stump, Steve, so which means he's looking to go that side on the leg rather than looking to go straight. So if you ball, even if you ball a little bit outside off stump, you'll still contain him. But if you ball on his body, he's quite strong on that area. There you go, fast ball, it goes over the top. Is he going to go for 4? 1 bounce. They ran the first one hard. Look for the second one, and they get 2 runs. As we spoke about yesterday, that's a good start. They're being positive. And it's good now today, he went straight, he didn't go across.
Good to see the young man prepared to go over the top, chasing a run rate of 8.8 runs per over.
That's good, that start. There's a 2, there's 1, and there's 2. It's positive. Again, cut again. Will they get 2? They ran the first one hard. Can they run for 2? Yes, they did. Sprints very hard. Gets 2 runs. Right on the mark. They're putting pressure on the fielders today. Steve.
Good cricket there by the Kenyans. Sukhdeep just guiding it through the point area and picking 2 runs. There's good intent from the Kenyan batters and good running in between the wickets. That's what you want to see, Kennedy, especially when you're chasing a target of 176 to win.
I like what I see from him. He's positive. The slips is out, the gully is out. Is the slip going to the gully? They are packed up the off stump. It's going to gully. Roundish, deepish point, or deepish gully. It's point. Had managed to remove the slip straight away. They are looking at, they have gone defensive, the Nepalis. shot. There to hit. That's bringing the first over quite exciting. Everything has got runs, couple of good balls, and the score is 7-0 after 1. Collins on 3, Sukhdeep on 4. What a start. 176 to win. Going to go a little bit harder. But even if, Steve, you go hard, if you look at it, you land about between 50 and 60 on the first 6, yeah? Or even if 45 for no, you have still done a good job. Then you can accelerate there in the middle. They've got big hitters in the middle. Rakeb, Lucas, Budia. Yeah, and then somebody to rotate the strike in the middle, Ifan Karim. So they've got everything covered. So it's only they've got to try and accelerate.
And definitely what you're saying is right, Kennedy. Kenya will have to look and get to a target of about 45-50 in the first 6 overs because you're chasing a bigger target. They've been guilty of not using the power play in the past 4 games. So in this game, they have to look to capitalize in the power play. And as we see, Karan Casey opening the bowling from the Forest Road end.
Good bounce. Karan nearly got Collins on the gully. There was intent and a very, very good ball. Extra bounce from Karan. It's harder to hit him over the top, Steve, unless he pitches it completely up. He's a big boy, he bowls hard. He pushes it as quick. A little bit quicker. Sukhdeep has given a good start. At least he got back to ball. That's what you want as an opening batsman. Again, is it a no run? Good contact. He's shown the intent very clearly. Good shot for no run.
I like the positiveness of Sukhdeep, youngster, but looking to express himself.
It will come with experience, Steve. It's good if you present a full face, it will go. It's like it's undercutting the ball. So just present a full face, it will go where you want. And it's a new ball. You don't need to go hard. You just need to time it. There's talks everywhere. Sandeep talks to his bowlers straight away. He's told the slips come off. Slip goes to the gully, leaves, and goes to roundish point or point, Steve. Good ball, good ball. Bambooed the young man. He didn't even give him room, Steve. And that's what I've been saying. The boy is trying to go across. Sukhdeep could have gone more straight up. Very good ball from Sanpol. And Nepal have their breakthrough. The score is 8-1. There was a hint of in-swing there, Steve.
Unfortunately, Sukhdeep gone for 4 runs, beaten all hands up by Casey Karan. The ball hitting top of off, and that is what the captain would be asking from Casey. Just a little bit of shape outside, hitting top of off.
And those are the small things he will learn very quickly. A new ball, you can't afford to go back. You got to stay half and half. So you got to stay like as if you're rocking on the front foot. So you got to meet the ball in front. If you go behind, it's a new ball. It skids through. It's a little quicker. And Nepal have got the breakthrough they were looking for.
The new batsman, Irfan Karim, walks in. Kenya 8-1 after 1.3 overs.
It's a tough one. Let's just talk about it. I'll keep on repeating this again. If you're an opening batsman, you got to stay half and half. Half in front, because the ball rushes you a little bit quicker. Yeah. So I think he tangled himself by going back because it was there was no shot at all, neither defensive. Looked like it looked like Karan had bowled a little bit quicker, but it's upon him to come. It's with him to come forward, and in come Irfan Karim. There you go, and that's what we're talking about. If you look at the way Irfan is playing, he's rocking in front, so it's easier for you to middle the ball up, meet it up there. Good positive start. The stadium has gone quiet since it was bowled. There have been no boundaries so far. There's only been twos. Another good ball again.
Karan Casey looking to shape it in back into Karim. That is his natural swing. Moves away from the right-hander, comes back into the left-hander. Picking 2 dot balls already.
And that's what you're saying. That's the difficult angle.
So far he's done well. 1 ball to go in this over. Only 1 run and picked up 1 wicket. As we see a field change, Slips moves out into the point region.
It's creating pressure. Ball was bowled well. They've lost a wicket. He has not given room to Irfan. Bowls it wide. Irfan leaves it well. And finished the very good over from Karan. A wicket. And the score is 8 for 1.
Good crowds in today again. The final match of this T20 series. Fans have come out in large numbers to support their teams. See the Kenyan flag flying there.
It has been very good. 5 T20s. Very, very good. The crowd, weekday, we had a massive crowd. On Sunday, we had an outstanding performance from Nepal, and then the Kenyans came in, and there was huge support from Kenya and Nepal both. And it was a very, very, very good crowd. And it's back where we're having cricket back in the country, and the first series in Nepal. I think it's a good relationship that Nepal is bringing with Kenya, and I hope we'll get more games.
And we see a bowling change from the city end. Adil comes on to replace Sompa, who bowled 1 over for 7 runs.
Let's go, it's a good. And fast ball, Adil to Collins. It's only fast over, Collins is on 4. Good try to go off the top. Make use of his feet, picked up a single, so he's going to use his feet. Didn't give him room. Other thing, they're going to want somebody. Sandeep is somebody going on the mid wicket. No, Slips is off. Mid on mid off, a back, not really back, but at 30 yards. Collins has shown the intent. Oh dear, did the ball touch the gloves there? The umpire missed something. As if touch the gloves, you get away straight away 5 runs. Did the ball touch the gloves? It's a good one. 2 balls, 2 dot balls. Are they going to create pressure? Got to move on with it, try and chase it. Don't wait. Change of field placing. Mid off. Mid on goes down, beg your pardon.
Quick single.
Well taken. And good piece of fielding. And a quick one. So they're bowling a tight line to Collins. They're not letting him freeze up. They're bowling right on the stumps. Good thing now it's going to be a left and a right hand combination. Quick run. Here he is. Slow start for Kenya. 3 overs. They've only got nearly 2.3 overs. They've got 9 runs. No boundary. Could go a little bit hard but sensible. A swing and a miss from Karim. And Adil has been on the spot.
You're doing a good job for his captain. So far, 4 balls gone, only 1 run scored off it. This will create pressure on Kenya. Power play overs.
It should be about 15, between 20, 15 runs, 18 runs. You're still doing well. But Nepal are ball tight. Good ball, good change of pace. Does he have a luxury to leave the balls which are away from the stumps? Or do you have to get contact on every ball? Very good over. Last ball. Try to go at the top. Goes 1 bounce. 2 bounce. Good piece of fielding. Can they run 2? No. Stick to a single. Fun Canoes end up chasing. And that's the end of a very good over from Adil. And the score is 10 for 1.
You see the technical bench of Nepal there, Mr. Manoj Prabhakar, former India star. And the crowds backing their teams up. It's a good atmosphere in the ground, Kennedy.
It's brilliant. Nice to see this. We missed this for a very long time. Kenyans have not got a chance to play at home. They've got a chance to play at home. It's a rebuild process for the Kenya, but the crowd have been unbelievable. And they've supported both teams, which is very good. The warm heart of Kenyans, which you're very well known for. You have really extended very well to the Nepal.
As we see another bowling change from the Forest Road end, Bibek Kumar Yadav. I think the Nepali captain is not going to let Kenyans settle. He's just rotating his bowlers around so that the batsmen don't get used to one bowler.
It looks like that's what he's doing, so at least you get a chance to have a look, then it changes. Before you have a look, it's changed already. So he's asking you to go straight away.
And Bibek starts with a big wide ball. Good keeping there from the youngster Arjun. Good movement. Saved a definite 4 there.
Saved a definite 4 and good move. Dives well. Stop the ball. The younger is only 19, I've been told. So he's showing some huge. It's a huge prospect for Nepal as a wicket-keeper batsman. Oh, Ifan tickles down and 4 runs. The first boundary comes for Kenya. They needed that boundary. 4 runs from Ifan.
Again, Bibek there strays onto Irfan's pads, and Irfan just turns it around the corner with a short fine in. The ball rolls to the boundary.
And Bibek is there going to find a little bit harder because there's got a left-hander and a right-hander combination, so you got to keep on changing your line. There are easy pickings, easy pickings. If you look at where it goes,
with his line.
Again on the leg, lucky again to get, not to get a boundary on that. It's again spilled on the leg stump. Could have been 4, could have gone anywhere. It went straight to the fielder and there's only one person there.
Gets away with it. Just a few meters either side of the fielder. Short fine leg would have been a 4.
Need to accelerate from where they are. If Bue is on 5, if Fan is on 5, got a boundary. And Sandeep is talking to his bowlers nearly every ball. Every ball is saying something. Fan goes over the top, 1 bounce. Or 4 runs. No, not yet a 4, beg your pardon, they ran for 2. 2 runs, good fielding there. Ran easily for 2 runs. Good fielding from Sampal, excellent. Fan Karim swings his bat, swings hard, gets 2, side squeezing 2, is still facing. He runs hard on the first one. Oh, very close. Nearly a run out. Very, very, very close. But Ifan took a fast call. He called quickly and ran as fast as he could.
Good fielding there from the skipper, charged in onto the ball. There was a chance of a run out. But Irfan survives.
They've got a 4, they've got a 4, then there's a dot, then there's a dot, then there's 2, then there's 1. Keep in mind there was 1 wide ball, so they're already on 8 runs. Somebody need to accelerate. Is it going to be Collins? Is it going to be Collins or Buya, or is it going to be Ifan Karim? Ifan Karim will ask us to play his normal game and ask everybody to rotate around him. Good shot from Collins. 4 runs. That's what they've been looking for. Very good shot. Good change of pace. They're putting a lot of pressure. Bibek is having a lot of pressure. There you go, lands on it. He waited nicely. I said yesterday he was only waiting on the back foot. Today, he's prepared to go on the front foot. Cuts it again, but cut it straight to the fielder. Good shot for nothing. That finish up mixed over of everything. Wide balls, boundaries, and the score is 22 for 1. Collins is timing it well, Steve, today.
Yeah, he's looked positive. He knows it's a big target they're chasing, and he's a senior player in the team.
That's 1 over, has brought them to 1 step or half a step in. And back. So Paul, they're rotating his save. He's rotating his ball as well. Picks up, gets the gap, good fielding, gets 1 run. It's a good one, and a good dive also to stop it for 1. Good one. The other over was quite productive for Kenya. They got more than 12. So if they keep that momentum, it's going to be very, very, very good. Good one. Again, they picked up another single. Because they are attacking, it's making the bowlers hang on to the 30 yards. So it's easy if there's a good ball, then you get a chance to pick a single.
And Collins and Karim doing it well, rotating the strike. At this stage, you don't need dot balls. Keep rotating the strike, and the boundary ball will present itself.
Let's see, they're already on 24. We were looking at them to be at this stage. They were looking to be at around 30, so they're about 6 runs short. Can they accelerate from here? 1s, 2s. If one just play a normal role For boundary present, you take it. Otherwise, keep on waiting for the bad ball. Collins will keep on attacking. Well left from Mufan. Good ball. Some ball, good areas. The opening bowlers for Nepal have been doing a very good job. All through the series, they bowled nicely. They've given nothing away. They bowled tight. Ifan goes off the top. Try to cut it round. Is he going to go for 4? Yes, it is. 4 runs. Ifan can open the face. Gets a crucial boundary. Show that the Navy, they're going to force it. That's what Nepal wants. On Paul. There was no room, but Ifan created the room. 4 runs.
Good intent there by Karim. Double stepping. Plays it over point. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 onto the ropes. Very good to see from Irfan.
It's positive. That's what I'm saying. So if it's once you squeeze in a boundary, then you play a little bit normal. Okay, again spills on the... Oh, he gets a free run. There was no need for that at all. There was no run. Ifan really took off. Collins said no. Ifan said wait. They're giving each other. Like, wait, you should have called nicely. Ifan positive. He played a wild throw. Squeezed in a single. Got to keep on going closer and closer, get closer to the target. It becomes much easier. Good running again. Oh, good piece of fielding. They've been doing a good job. That's it. Another good over for Kenyans. And the score is 30-1 after 5.
Kenya at the moment going at a run rate of 6 runs per over. The required rate was 8.8.
Interesting. What a start. Mixed bag, wicket. A couple of runs. Back to Karan again. It's come to get it right. Karan to Collins. That's it. And as I take a small break, I welcome Charu to continue with Steve.
Kenya 30-1. Karan comes back for his second over. Fast ball, Collins just drops it at short mid-wicket, picks a single. As we welcome Sharu back, Kenya 31-1. They've dropped behind the required rate. They're going at 6 runs per over when the required rate was 8.8 per over.
Well, the good news, Steve, is that there's only 1 wicket lost. And both these, Collins, Abuya and Irfan, are getting along well. They're taking all the runs they can get. No big hits, mind you, yet. In the gap. And I do have to admit that, yes, they've given an extra run here and there because of their enthusiasm in trying to break down the wicket. But Nepal has fielded really well. They're throwing their lives on the line.
Yes, they've done that throughout the series. I'm really impressed by their ground fielding. And when you look at their team, it's full of youngsters, early 20s. So easy to move, quite agile. And looking at the power play overs, the skipper has rotated his bowlers around very well. He's not allowed one bowler to bowl more than 2 overs. So it puts the batsman on the back foot. As we see the crowds at the Nairobi Gymkhana out here to support their teams in the final game of the T20 series.
Karan, the only wicket taker so far, Karan KC. Big boy, again, couldn't really get to show much with the bat in this final T20. Maybe he will in the one days that are to follow. But he has bowled reasonably well. Bends his back. Oh, flirting with that. Kareem a little lucky not to get a thin edge. Does get a fair amount of bounce. He bowls those hard lengths, does Karan.
Yes, he does. And this occasion, beating the outside edge of Kareem with that extra bounce. Bowls his heart out for his team.
One of the older players, Karan Casey, 31. There's Gyanendra Malla, who is the top scorer today, 59 from 45. He's 36. The rest all very young, as you were saying, Steve. Just a little too straight. These are the kind of deliveries that, knowing you have 176 to make, you probably want to throw a big bat at it. Try and swing big for a pull, because it was short. But Kareem, I don't mean to be critical, is a batsman in the classic mold, and he likes going back and then just on the back foot turning it to maybe fine leg, square leg for the single. They're useful runs, and he looks good. But you do need some big hits, Steve.
Definitely. Even though he's a touch player, at times you need to go a little bit hard, especially with the ball straying onto your pads, with no fielders down in the deep.
Going down leg, that could also, no. Well fielded again from deep square. That was a bad ball by Karan. Should have been sent away for a boundary. However, 6 gone, power play up in Kenya. A 35 for 1. Not too many runs, but fortunately, just 1 wicket lost. So I still think it's in balance there, Steve.
Yeah, with the 1 wicket lost, I think Kenya can look to consolidate in the middle overs and then try and go big, maybe after the 12th, 13th over.
Yep, it's always the most important decision in T20. When do you start going big? And of course, a lot of that has to do with how many wickets do you have in hand. Kareem's done well. Irfan Kareem's on 16. Collins Abuya has been there longer. Is on 14. He too hasn't really been able to get away. There was that outside edge of the bat that went for 4. What about the bowling so far, Steve?
The bowling has been good, apart from Bibek, who strayed on the pads, gave a couple of wide balls. I think the first 6 overs Nepal have bowled well. Their seamers have done a good job for the captain.
And the captain is on. The leggy extraordinaire. He's the highest wicket taker in the T20 series so far. By far, picked up a 5 for 9 last time around. Oh, very short. Should have been put away. Cracked away, but it was the first ball, so Collins Abuya a little careful. Sandeep and all of Nepal will be a touch disappointed that they got Bibek Kumar Yadav back into ball, but he wasn't on the mark. Sneaker single. And although it was well fielded, but a stumble allowed that single. The Nepal fielders are really running very smartly, trying to stop those runs. You can see so much energy. I'm sure the coach, Manoj Prabhakar, will be most pleased, and supporters of Nepal cricket, wherever they're watching in Nepal. Thank you for joining us on whatever instrument, television or other devices. Thank you indeed. Just a shade short to begin with, Sandeep.
Allowing the batters to go on the back foot. Kareem this time just tapping it along the ground to long on for a single.
Watch out for the googly. The top spin. The ball is wobbling all over the ground. Not easy to do the one-handed pick up and throw, because you'd rather be just behind the ball, making sure you don't give more runs away, because that's risky. The ball does wobble a bit on this ground. I'm sure they'll roll it better. The ground will be better and better, the outfield, as more matches are played here, Steve.
Yeah, it hasn't been used at the international level for some time now.
In the gap now. This is a twos possible right here. Here's the pickup. Sompal did very well from long on, came racing in.
Again, good work there in the field by the Nepalis, realizing how important it is to save each and every run.
Genuine leggy from outside leg coming in, and Colin Zaboya very watchful. A nice over by Sandeep, just 4 off it. 7 gone, 39 for 1. I'm afraid, Steve, they're beginning to fall well behind in terms of the asking rate. And even though these two seem to be going comfortably, but their strike rate still, if I may use the term, poor for a T20. And I don't know when the gloves are going to come in from the dugout with fresh instructions about at least one of them pushing on already.
Definitely, yes, and the two of them are senior players. I think one of them has to realize that I need to take a risk. It's risk versus reward, especially when the run rate is going down. You know, you don't want it to start climbing to 9, 10, to 11 runs per over.
Even if one of them goes on to, say, reach 40, and you've taken 45, 50 balls over it, it's not going to help the team because you've eaten up too many deliveries. The guys who come in next are always going to be under pressure, won't have time to settle. As Adil comes back, he did bowl 1 over from the commentator's end. Now he's coming back from the other end. Oh no! There was that stumble, the opportunity was there. That was no run because it went on the bounce. Oh boy. He had only one stump to aim at, but he was wobbling when he threw.
But a chance goes begging. There was an indecisive there call between Collins and Karim. Chance of a run out.
I think it was Dipender Singh Irie who came racing in, but he was stumbling while he threw off the mark. But the batsman was gone by a mile had he struck directly. Colin Zaboya trying to give him the charge, and that's not such a bad ploy, just to throw him off a bit, but again, high on the bat, only a single, despite that adventure. And finally the boundary that Kenya were looking for. Went at the back foot, had plenty of time, found the gap, no fielder there. And that should warm the hearts of those in the Kenya dugout. And of course the supporters here at this wonderful Nairobi Gymkhana ground.
Good shot there from Karim. Adil just straying way outside the off stump. And Karim jumps onto it, smashes it through point for a boundary.
Well, again, a lot of batsmen would have pulled that. And Karim content to just turn around the corner for a single. Turning out to be a better over for Kenya. After 8 overs, and we're about to get there, Nepal was 65 for 1. Kenya 19 runs behind already. Long off should make sure it's only a single. Karan Casey runs a few steps to his left. Continues to be a good over for Kenya. Irfan, thanks to that boundary, now on 24. Again, turns it around very smartly now. Deep square. Should make sure it's only one. 9 runs off that over. Much better for Kenya. 8 gone. Kenya 48 for 1.
Again, as we see the crowds still coming in to watch this last game of the T20 series. It's like a final. Both teams tied on 2-2 wins each.
Isn't that exciting, Steve? So much action here at the Nairobi Gymkhana. 4 matches. Nepal won. Smacks it away. There is a cover sweeper. Should be only 1. Nepal won the first. Kenya came back, won the second. Nepal won the third. Kenya came back and won the fourth, which was a bit of a miraculous win because they got only 1-0-1 and you thought Nepal would walk all over that score. But they fell a few runs short. The pitch, of course, was particularly tricky in that 4th match. And here we are, 5th and final ODI. 2 teams locked to all, everything to play for. Nepal winning the toss. They said they'd bat first. It worked well for them. Got 175. A lot of work for Kenya to do. Smacked away. Oh, gets the umpire, would you believe it? Tried to get out of the way. Bring on the physio, come on. Where's the balm? Where's the spray?
David Odhiambo Pamba there saves runs for Nepal.
I think might still have been only 1. There was a fielder there, but he's tough. Not showing any sign of wear and tear, the umpire. Dipendra Airi gives only 1. A lot of running around for the fielders to do, as always happens when there's a left-right combination. Scurrying around various parts of the ground for the right-handed Obuya. There's a short third. And backward point. Who fields?
Still not getting those gaps, Collins Obuya. Playing hard shots, but straight to the fielder.
3 on the offside inside the ring. Just a short fine inside the ring on the leg side. Otherwise, only boundary runners. Big gaps on the leg side. Oh, well bowled. The wrong on. Collins Obuya making room for that shot on the offside. Got caught a bit.
The skipper doing an excellent job. 1 ball to go. Only 4 runs scored in this over.
Another very useful over by the skipper, Sandeep. I'm sure he'd love to grab a wicket or so. Not happened yet. Oh, well done. Nice full face of the blade. Only a push, though. Nothing aggressive there. Good for a single. Sandeep says, take it easy with the throw here, guys. 5 off that over. Kenya, 53 for 1.
And at this rate, Charu, singles will not hurt Nepal. Kenya need to try and look for boundaries. Nepal will be happy if Kenya keep on scoring with singles.
Well, let's see who they go to now, Nepal, because they need to also rotate their bowlers very carefully. Collins Obuya to the left and Irfan Karim even taller. Both are very tall. Irfan about 6'3", 6'4" maybe. Big boy. Also keeps, one of the taller keepers. The Kenyan flags are flying higher than Nairobi Gymkhana, but their team needs to make a move on. The dugout seems fairly relaxed, but each one of the batsmen there will know they're well behind the asking rate. And secretly they must be urging the 2 men at the crease to push it along a little quicker. Looks like Adil will get 1 more over. He's unbelievably just 19, Mohammad Adil Alam. And there are quite a few 19-year-olds in the team, and Dev Khanal, who unfortunately hasn't played, I think he's the 12th man, he's in the field, is only 17. Cut away straight to backward point. The throw could have come in, but had it not struck, It would have certainly given some runs away because of the overthrow.
And this is quite good exposure for the for the Nepal players, giving the younger players a chance to play in a tournament like this, international cricket.
Without doubt. In fact, quite a few have travelled extensively this year. Sandeep Lamichhane was telling me they've been busy since January, travelling to various countries around the world. That's what Kenya needs to do now, again.
Yeah, definitely as we come back into the international arena, the Kenyan players will need more games, play more games. The more you play, the better you become.
Exposure internationally is invaluable. Once again to backward point, and once again Irie fields well. He's such an important part of this team, and yet again he decides not to take a shy because there's no cover that you'd give a run away. Couple of run out possibilities here. Kareem's lucky that they're not taking a shy. That's the field. Nairobi Gymkhana in the background. Two men on the offside for Kareem, and two men on the leg, a mid wicket and a short fine. Oh, is that taken? Yes, it is. Kareem will walk. Went for that scoop. Well, missed it. It will not look pretty, but he had to do something to get out of this lack of boundaries. Went for the scoop. Maybe he chose the right ball. I don't know, but it thin tickle to the keeper. Kareem walks.
And that's like, unlike Kareem, rarely plays these kinds of shots. But I think it's because of the pressure that he's building up. Not too many runs on the board, lagging behind on the run rate, so he had to opt for an option of playing the deal scoop.
Well, Arjun Saul with a good catch behind the stumps, diving to his right. Well done, and Nepal do pick up their second wicket. Kenya 53 for 2.
As Nepal picks the wicket of Kareem, in walks Rakeb Patel, the man who's been on form for Kenya.
Well, Kenya might be wishing he'd come earlier because he got a fine tournament high 73 not out a couple of matches ago. And if he can do anything like that today, then Kenya will still think of overhauling the 175. They need to get 176. And time is beginning to run out, almost at the halfway stage now, Steve. If they get, say, even 60 in the 10 overs, they need to get 117 in the next 10. That's 12 and over from now on. Well, that's going to be rare.
That would be a mountain to climb. Once the run rate goes over 10, goes 11, 12 runs per over, it means you've got to try and look for 2 boundaries in an over.
Since you mentioned mountain, Steve, let me quickly add. For Kenya, it's not going to be Kilimanjaro. It's going to be Everest to climb. So you've got to be in a slightly different level of ability. By the way, I look forward to climbing Kilimanjaro soon. Maybe next year if all goes well.
Wow, that would be nice.
We'll take you along. Singles always on. The throw comes in and it shouldn't have been there. But I suppose if you have a good backup, you can take that shy. Remember Irie in the previous over not taking the shy.
And straight away Rakeb Patel gets off the mark with a single.
How much is Adil getting a third over here. Oh, big swing and a miss by Collins Abuya. And I don't mind that because he's been there too long now. He has to power on. Sandeep Lamichhane and all of Nepal somewhat fortunate that they're squeezing 3 Adil overs here. He's not their main medium pacer, not by far. Karan Casey and Sompal are the 2 big boys with the new ball. Oh, again, Collins throws his bat but misses. That did keep a shade low, though. He's got to be watching the ball more carefully, Steve.
Good over there to finish by Adil. Kenya 54 for 2 after 10 overs.
Steve Tikolo is going to take a short break. He's been at the commentary box and the microphone for quite a while. And we'll welcome once again former Kenya wicketkeeper Kennedy Obuya, who's joining me now. I don't have very good news for you, Kennedy, because your team needs to score 113 runs in the next 10 overs. It's been done, I suppose, before, but it'll take a lot of doing.
Don't leave your seat. Stay on your TV set. Whatever device you have, just stay in there. There's Rakeb Patel, who has been outstanding with the bat. If he does accelerate well here, from here, he can turn the game on. So it still can be done.
I agree. Sandeep Lamichhane coming for his third over. Oh, up in the air. Didn't quite get to the pitch of that. That should be taken. And is safely. That ends, to my mind, a very important part of the Kenya chase. Rakeb Patel dancing down, trying to get a big one off Sandeep off the first ball of this next over. Holds out to long on. Good catch by Pawan Saraf.
And that's a disappointing part of, we could have taken a little bit of time. He's the main bowler. He's the main batsman. He played him last time, played him well. He was watching the ball, he watched first 2-3 overs, and then he went after the next bowling. That brings the end of Rakeb Patel, and the score is 54 for 2. It was not there at all, not there. Look at where the ball landed, not there again, but good catch, blocked the sun.
Also called aloud for it.
Yeah, good catch from Pawan.
Yeah, the ball was a bit of a half tracker, and had he not danced down the, well, I mean, it's too late now, isn't it? Had he not danced down the track, he would have pulled it quite handsomely, because it was a half tracker by Sandeep.
Despite time, you can't just come and just go take at least 3-4 balls. You can recover very well. Rakeb, quite disappointed, but it's the way it is now. The rest of the guys got to try and do the job, and the slip is back.
Well, I did mention that the end of Rakeb is a very important angle to this match. Oh, the googly, no, well down leg. Just a half appeal. Without Rakeb, I'm suggesting here, and I hope, of course, that I'm wrong. It's always nice to be proved wrong, that this is now too tall a mountain for Kenya to climb. Pull was short. The kind of delivery that Rakeb got out on because he gave it the charge, but the pull was on had he stayed back.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I'm trying to say exactly. Don't rule anything out. Yesterday we thought 100 runs was too little. They defended it. Today, 175.
Too much.
Cricket is a funny game. Sure, it's a very funny game.
Tosses it up, top edged again. Who comes in from deep mid-wicket? Will he reach there? He does! Another valuable wicket there. Sachin trying to play across, got the top edge. Good catch running in from deep mid-wicket. And Kenya now having the task of accelerating, are not doing it too well. Fetches from well outside off.
And that's the trouble that I'm having. I don't understand why they're attacking him. He's one of the main bowlers. He's bowling very well. He's giving nothing away. But I'm saying the way Collins is playing is, I think they should have just tried to play at least get 5-6 runs over from him and then try and accelerate from the other guys. But they've decided to take him on.
Well, I can sense what Rakib was doing, but dancing down the first ball, just trying to throw Sandeep off his line. It didn't work. Had it worked, of course, we would have said, wow, what a great six, and Sandeep's now under pressure. But it wasn't. It was a wicket, and he's taken another one in this over. Ah, the wrong one almost snuck through.
Good ball. Let's bring an end to Sandeep's wonderful over with 2 wickets on that over, and the score is 56 for 4.
Well, after 11 overs, Nepal were 94 for 1. So we're talking about a nearly 40-run gap here. And also the number of wickets, Nepal were 94 for 1, Kenya 56 for 4. Every possible angle favouring Nepal. Sandeep Lamichhane inside must be well aware that they're right on top. But I'll have to quote Kennedy Obuya to my left. Anything can happen.
It's going to be a tournament. Somebody's going to go huge, really big for them to get close.
Well, Bashir Ahmed, it looks like, might be bowling now. He hasn't played regularly for Nepal. And he too is very young, listed at only 19. So what a big moment for him.
Huge moment. Huge moment. What I like about Sandeep, he talks to his bowlers every time. He creates time, he listens, he makes his plans very clear. And that's very important as a leader. If you make it very clear, then if he doesn't follow instruction, then you've got all the rights to get upset.
Bashir Ahmed in, Shahab Alam, the other lefty orthodox, is out. Oh, drops it down short.
That is a tracker.
Yeah.
Short ball.
Well, if Collins Abuya had lined that up to hit it over mid-wicket, that would have gone for 12 runs. Such a big six, he might have been able to get off it.
Pulled it outside off stump.
And that was a nervous opener by Bashir Ahmed. Too much space outside off.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I like about Sandeep. I said it earlier. It's a simple, clear instruction. Don't pitch it on his half. Bowl it a little bit wide outside off stump. If he squeezes it in over extra covers and gets a boundary, that's a good shot. Otherwise, you're doing very well. Your field is all tight on off stump area.
Well, you make a good point about extra cover, because there is an extra cover, a man in the covers, but between long off and cover sweeper, huge gap. And that's what he targets, that's where he goes, and that's where it's a boundary. Good hit.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a very good shot. But that's what I'm saying. That's what Sandeep is telling him. He's telling him, hold on. His ball, he wants you to bowl there. Because if he gets it, it's there, and it's a good shot. So
That's a bad ball.
But don't let him bowl on your half. So they're still talking.
That was a half tracker. I mean, Collins Abuya could have gone anywhere with that shot. It was short and wide and just waiting to be spanked. Collins Abuya has been there for very long, and if he didn't capitalize on that ball, then we would all been very disappointed.
Nemeo Diambo, good shot.
Sorry, it was Odiambo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So he's got it right again. That's the area. If he hits you on that area and gets a 4, it's a good shot. You've got no worries because you're still bowling to your field.
Again,
good shot.
Similar area, got plenty of bat on it. Oh, gosh. Took a big tumble. Or earth came out on that tumble.
The commitment, that's what you want to see. And now if you're a batsman and you're a sharp batsman, you've realized he's not going to bowl on your half, he's going to bowl it short. So you got to wait on that area and see if you can hit it over extra covers for 4. That's the only area that he wants you to hit it. So don't go towards it. Wait behind. Again, there he goes. Misfield. Very rare to see from the Nepalis. Very rare.
Yeah, Pawan Saraf, the ball bounced just in front of him. Not easy to gauge the bounce here on this ground. The ball does catch every once in a while, and there's an extra bounce. However, a decent over for Kenya. Bashir ends his first. It's 64 for 4 after 12.
Kenyans all holding their heads down. Where did we go wrong? Is it our bowling? We didn't bowl in good areas. They made it much easier. The seamers are much sharper. I think there's an injury on the corner. I think he messed up his knee.
Yeah, I think that's the cover sweeper fielder earlier on when he took that tumble. Remember my chat about that?
And it's beautiful to have the Minister of Sports. He's been very huge supporter of Kenyan cricket, and today she decided to come and see it off. It's been excellent to have you here, Madam Amina. You have done very, very, very good for Kenyan cricket, and we hope that you'll keep on supporting us as we go along.
Good to see you, Madam. And on behalf of the international cricket community, we're all grateful that cricket is back in Kenya after a while. We look forward to your support to make sure it happens again and again and again. And we'd all love to make sure that Kenya cricket reaches the heights that it once had about 20 years ago or so. No reason why it shouldn't. That's what they're fighting for. The T20 championship here. Of course, later 3 ODIs still to come. By the way, apart from the man of the match, we will have a man of the series, I believe, Kennedy. And some early thoughts on that?
You're perfect. But man of the series, Sandeep is a high contender. Rakhi Patel, another good high contender. Looks like there's a huge injury. I don't think he's going to make it back. They're carrying him off.
Yeah, well,
huge.
Kenyan flag still flying high, but let's get to the ground and see that, check that injury. He is being escorted out.
Doesn't look good at all. That's it.
We'll show it to you soon. He is now limping out, and that'll be a setback for them. Bebek it was, who has had a very unfortunate series. Bowled in that first match, bowled, well, not too well. He got dropped, came back in here again. Didn't bowl too good and over. And I think he has done his knee in when he went down to field because of that awkward bounce or because of the tumble. Well, that's not good news for the Nepal team. But I'm sure he'll be looked after. The physios, you know, so much to do, and they're so competent these days. It's just brilliant.
Especially it's been quite tough for the players. It's been back-to-back games, T20. All of them have gone to the wire. So push the players a little bit more.
Well, just a quick look at Irie now. Dipendra Singh Irie, we've been talking him up as one of the best all-rounders in Nepal. He had to take those sleeves away. And goes for 6 first ball. Brilliant. Hammered. Look at the crowd go. That's what we hear at the Nairobi Gymkhana for. Kenyan flags flying high. Brilliant shot.
Good shot. He didn't wait at all. Tossed up. Didn't want to know. Send it straight for 6 runs. Good shot. Waiting, waiting. There. Good hands.
Normally, Irie likes to fire it in. That was a rare slower one by him.
Very slow because he's got the runs to back him up a little bit. You can toss it now a little bit.
Likes going round the wicket to right-handers, Irie. Again, up in the air. Nobody there, just a single.
Just good bowling, good shots. To talk a little bit about Ambassador Amina Mohammed. She's done a lot, especially for Kenyan cricket. I will keep on repeating that. For women cricket, which she's very passionate about. And I hope she's...
Up in the air again. This should go to Sompal, who takes it very comfortably. Collins Abuya has been there for very long. Finally decided to cut loose. Didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. Went high in the air and Sompal came racing in for longer for an easy catch. Irie strikes for Nepal.
That's a good ball. He tossed it up the order. Collins slicing it. She should try and hit it more straighter. Look at the way his bat turns around. No chance at all. But anyway, it's very, very, very good bowling from Nepal. They've been going for a boundary, but they're still picking up wickets. And T20, that's what you need to do. That brings the end of Collins, and the score is 71 for 5. Now, before we come back, I was talking about what the minister have done and the ministry have done for cricket. Sponsored Kenyan cricket for the 4 tours that Kenya were going for the World Cup qualifiers, and then they backed up by supporting the women twice. So she's done a wonderful job.
That's what we expect from the Minister of Sports. Just unstinting support to not just cricket but other sports as well. Kenya, world renowned for a couple of sports, and at one point in time, one of the better teams in the world for short-form cricket. Here we are again. Well, we don't think he needed a stretcher. Vivek Yadav.
Stretchers come out. Is it too late? They're going to find him on that corner. Is it that bad? But really need all the support he can at the moment. Still got 1 day as to play.
Yeah, I think he will be put on the stretcher because his foot must be worse than we think. Up in the air. Oh, false shot right there, first ball.
And who's Benny Lucas? Can he accelerate from here? It's been 6 out, 4 out.
Lucas will watch, as we know, big hitter of the ball.
Starts with a single. Good hit.
He bowled well again today, Lucas. Very valuable member, I think, of the Kenya white ball squad.
He's bowled very well. He's come back. He was not part of the squad initially, but they brought him in and he's done wonderful.
Oh, fires it in. That could go for a few runs. Only one. So close to knocking those stumps over. That's much more like Irie. Dipender Singh Irie likes to fire it in, and he can smile knowing that there was a little bit of damage that just escaped Kenya. 13 gone, 73 for 5.
Where do they go from here now? It's going to keep on attacking.
Is there a mountain taller than Everest?
It's a big mountain tall. Huge, huge, huge.
Well, they need to climb something taller than Everest here because we're talking about 103 runs in 7 overs. It's almost 15. And it's okay to have 15 runs an over in the last 2 or 3 at times, but with 7 overs to go, that's a really, really difficult ask.
The support of the crowd has been beautiful. We have had full house all 5 days of cricket.
Bashir gets a second over.
Tries to cut, gets a single. It's been and a couple of games of of the weekdays like today, and the crowd has been very good.
That's the #1 sign that cricket's ready to return big time to Kenya. Again the cut, in the gap. And that could be 4. Well done, 2 men behind score on the off. You have to find the gap, and he did. Odhiambo's making a difference to Kenya here.
He's been playing as an all-rounder, but wait all night. He waits, then he cuts it late.
Ooh, I think it went inside the outstretched hands of Pawan Saraf.
What I like is the commitment from the fielders. And it's sad to see somebody being carried on a wheelchair or on a stretcher. Is not a good sign.
Well, it's Vivek Yadav. We hope he'll be okay.
Cuts it again. Same area, looking for 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they did.
Well fielded again.
Good fielding and good throw.
I think it's Dipender Singh Irie doing duty on the boundary on the offside. And I have to say, Bashir guilty of bowling it a shade too short, allowing Odhiambo to cut with ease.
I like because that's the area. It looks like that's what the plan was. Bowl it outside off stump and let him either. If you cut you and get that gap for 4, get the 1 extra cover for 4, it's a good shot.
Slightly fuller. No.
Still stays there, which is good. He's not going to bowl it on his half at all. That's good game plan that they have done there, and they've read it well. So there's a 4.421.
7 runs off.
7 runs. They need about 15 runs, so they need 1 big over of about 20. Can Lucas pull another 2 sixes on this over?
Well, he certainly may look for 1, but he's a big boy. If he hits the ball with those bats, you can see that big stick of wood in his hand. It could travel all the way. Lots of Kenyan fans hoping that he'll hit a big one. Nothing like a 6 to electrify the spectators. He goes for 1, doesn't quite find the timing, a shade too full.
Good shot. Unlikely just one picks in there. Should hope you have enjoyed your stay in Nairobi. It's been excellent to have you here with us.
Well, thank you, Kennedy. So warm and hospitable of you to ask. I really haven't gotten around too much. Oh, went for the reverse to the... That just was a bit of a comedy of errors there. But yeah, I'll get back to that in a second. 14 gone, 81 for 5. Well, the crowd's getting full-throated here. 6 overs to go. A lot of work for Kenya to do. 5 wickets down. But Kennedy, to answer your question, I've had a wonderful time. My first trip to Kenya, and of course to Nairobi here. It's a beautiful city. And guess what? The sun's out, which is always nice to see. Lots of youngsters at the ground. It's just too short a trip, though. That's my only complaint. Sorry, I don't mean to, crib, but it's too short. I now go after today's match for a couple of days. Mr. Balla, RC, man very involved with cricket here in Kenya for many years, decades, is taking me to Amboseli.
Good shot. Come back to that. Amboseli that you're talking about. It's a beautiful place. You go to see them, the beauty of Kenya, the hospitality, the warmness of the Kenyans.
I've experienced all of that. Magnificent. It'll draw me back every year, every time. Up in the air, it's in the gap. And well fielded, palmed back in. They'll take 2. But some enterprise now being shown. Of course, Odhiambo's batting on 22, 24 now. He's racing along.
That's good. You're going to see the big 5 if you get a chance to see.
Yeah, I've seen the big 2 in the commentary box. Kennedy Dubuya and Steve Tikolo.
Going to see the main attraction.
Straight to cover. The throw comes in. Ooh. Irie did very well to hang on to it. That's how you break a finger or 2 for nothing.
That's why the boys work hard, so the throws you make yourself.
For a change, short. I don't think Odhiambo was expecting that. Gets it high on the bat.
If he bowls it short, he's just darting it. He's not giving room at all. He's telling you if you go to play, you try and push it. And you're mixing it up very well. Coming around, bowling right on the Yorkers.
RC Balla informs me that we're staying maybe Kilimanjaro in the backdrop. So this time I only see it in the backdrop. Next year, we come and climb it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Again, can't find the timing. Lucas just trying to hit it too hard. Better timing on the offside. Could have gotten a boundary.
They've read it well and they're doing very well to Lucas. They're just not bowling on his half completely. They're hitting the wicket. So they're forcing him. If he wants to hit it, he got to either use his feet.
Oh, again, very full. So well bowled. A bit like how Odhiambo bowled the last over for Kenya. Very full, not allowing anybody to get underneath. Irie, well bowled. 15 gone. 86 for 5.
And I say goodbye to Chiro at the moment. I welcome Steve. He has really loved it. He's enjoyed the beauty, the hospitality of the Kenyans, which has been very good. It's nice to have you in this part of the world. And we hope you come back again. That's the most important thing. We need it. It's been a good voice to hear around. And as I welcome Steve Tikolo.
Yes, Kennedy, Kenya in a tight of, in a spot of bother. They require 91 runs from the last 5 overs, having lost 5 wickets.
Clean bowled him easily. As I said, don't bowl on his half. Try to go over the top. And Kenyans are in sort of trouble. 86 for 6. All their big hitters are gone.
Lucas looking to up the tempo there. Bowled very well, slowed it down there. And Lucas was through the shot before the ball arrived.
So they hold it. Steve, now where do the Kenyans go from here? We know we have got South Africa tour, which is coming up. Do we really rebuild it again? Do we look at a little bit of younger boys who could be involved? Where do we go from here? We know our domestic cricket is not that strong. Yeah. How do we rebuild it?
This set of players have been together for quite some time now. Probably it's a time to inject new blood into the team. But I would look at it in terms of doing it slowly. Maybe the team to South Africa have your 6 or 7 senior players and bring in the youngsters, maybe another 5, 6 youngsters into the team and let them grow under the senior players.
Yeah, that's a good idea, but I think that the luxury that we don't have so much luxury on in terms of the tournament. The tournament are coming thick and fast. Is there anything we can do? As I talk about very good bowling, is there anything we can do about our domestic cricket? How do we handle our domestic cricket?
The domestic cricket is, we play a lot of one-dayers, the Nairobi Provincial League. Perhaps Cricket Kenya must look at having a tournament where it's a national level tournament, where you have the best players in the country playing against each other, maybe form 4, 5, 6 teams, like a franchise system, where your top 60 or 90 players are constantly playing top level cricket, good competition. That is what the players who come into the national team require right now.
It's quite tough. It's quite tough from the gap that when we played and the gap which is here now, the gap is quite huge. We're looking at how do we get to the counties? The counties will bring more players. We need numbers. Good blessing. One bounce, 4 runs. Good shot from the captain. Waited and waited. Good blessing. Valuable 4 runs.
That was pitched a little bit short by Basir, and Shem onto the back foot, pulls it to deep square leg. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4 runs. Much needed boundary for the Kenyans, but is it a bit too late now, Kennedy?
It's going to be a tall order. Totally tall order. Where do we go from here? Do we get a couple of young guys? But if you ask me, the big concern is the bowling unit, because they're bowling well in patches. I'll come back to that after this, and the score is 91 for 6. It's been massive crowd. All 5 days we have had, Steve. Beautiful crowd.
Like we've said before, you know, we've been starved of international cricket, and this series has provided that, and everybody is happy to come to the ground and see the action.
It's been hard work for the Kenyans on the ground, but off the ground it's been brilliant. Nice crowd. The game has been played in good spirit. Both teams have fought well. So talking of, there's no seam. If you look at our seam attack, Steve, there's nobody who's really pushing it hard. So we needed younger guys who come in, who can generate more pace. And that's an area that the Kenyan cricket must work very hard on. Where do we get the young guys, the young seamers, who can come in and push the ball? We know that betting is quite a long process. You got to have somebody like the way you have identify so deep. So how do you move forward with him? What kind of exposure do you give him? Because our domestic, I'd say earlier, our domestic is not that strong, so he needs more exposure. And hit it nicely. Picks only 1. Been tough for Kenyans on Paul. Balls has bowled very well. He's a senior guy, so can we get somebody, 2 or 3 quickies, Steve, who can really generate pace? That's one of the areas that they've really got to work on.
Shot there from Nehemiah.
4 runs.
Cracking shot.
It is a lot of authority. Good shot. 4 runs. He pounded on it nicely. Given up already. He had already given up. Good throw. That's all what I was saying from the Kenyans. If you look at the Nepali fielder, they're attacking the ball. Kenyans have supported the team through and through. The ministry, that's very important for Kenyan cricket. We need the government to be involved. One run, does they take one run? Can the government come fully on the counties? The counties will make a big difference to our cricket, because you look at the numbers of the counties we have here, 47 numbers, 47 counties. Can we manage to at least to pull 24 counties or 14 counties and pump in some serious money into them so that we can grow the sport? There again, good pick up. Finally they get 2 runs. It's a tough one.
Match today, Malla.
That's it. Very good performance from everybody. But we've enjoyed ourselves, Steve. The last 5 days has been very good cricket. Plays it nice. A good one from Nehemiah. Very good shot.
Good improvisation there from Nehemiah.
That's what he's done. He started as a bowler, but now he's proving to be a batsman. Good.
Moving outside the off stump and just paddling it to deep fine leg. Good improvisation there. And coming to back to your question, Kennedy, about the counties, it's a good route we're going as a country, but the counties are just starting out. So, we'll not get players immediately from the counties, but we need to put hard work into the counties, do right development so that we get players coming through. But the short-term goal right now is to try and maintain this team. And how do you maintain it? Like I said, the tour to South Africa. Have your 6, 7 senior players there and give the 4, 5 junior players who are playing now, like Sukhdeep Singh, give them the chance to be around the senior players.
Try to pick it on that side, 1 bounce. Can get a boundary still. But that's it. It's been a good one. The families have enjoyed. All moms and dads have come to watch. And they've really enjoyed watching it. All the 5 days, as I repeat, all the 5 days has been very good cricket. We have seen 6s, 4s, Kenya won 2, Nepal won 2, and today it looks like it's going to be Nepal's way. Massive 6. Good one, right on the parking. The captain entertains. 6 runs. And the Kenyans love it.
Captain still fighting and says, do or die. I'm not going down without a fight.
It's a good shot. That's good. It's a massive one. Nehemiah, good shot. As we say it again from here, then we go back to the one day. So those are 3 one-dayers, which is going to be very exciting. So there's a break, and then we go back. It's been a tight schedule for the boys team, for the both teams.
And this is what professionalism is about. Playing matches one after the other. Test your body, test your skills.
It's going to be a good one, good shot. We've enjoyed all this that's been going on. Cuts it for no run. I think Kenya gave too much, gave at least 20 runs too much with them. When they were bowling 140, 150 would have been a good score. Tossing it well. It's a tall order at the moment. It's all Nepal is going on. Try to go on the mid-wicket. Is it going to be an easy catch? Yes, it is! Good catch. Try to slog, he bowled it slow, just lobbed it in. And he took a nice, easy catch. That brings the end of a very short and good inning from Nehemiah. Try to go over the top, moves it nicely, and good catch. Score 113 for 7. Kenyan in all sorts of trouble.
Well played there by Nehemiah Ngoche. Tried bringing his side close to the total. But like we said earlier on, it was a big mountain to climb. The fall of Nehemiah brings on to the wicket Nelson Odhiambo. Kenya 113 for 7 after 18 overs. They need 63 runs off 12 balls.
It's been wonderful to everybody who has been involved in all this. It's been just wonderful to be at Nairobi Gymkhana for a long time. The games are back in Nairobi. We'll keep on saying that. We needed the games back. And Sandeep's come back. He's picked 2 already. Can he squeeze in one more? He's the highest wicket taker of this series. Viraj has bowled well too. Take nothing away from the young guy. He's a good prospect. Okay, to get the gap, runs hard, picks the first one, pushing for 2. That's it. Good shot. Cuts it. They're looking for 2. On a single. The Kenyans are dealing with single. They need to deal in boundaries at the moment. There's a couple of small injuries which has been there. Nelson, this was an all-rounder also. Tries to go over the top, go extra covers. It's a good shot. Oh, good shot. 1 bounce for 4 runs. Very good shot from Nelson. Open the face and went extra covers.
Good execution there by Nelson Odhiambo. Always a difficult shot to play. Playing the leg spinner inside out over extra cover. Good execution there.
Now watch for the googly now. He's invited you to play extra cover, so be careful of the googly now. But there's nothing to watch now. You keep on going. Goes mid-wicket again. 6 runs. They have good entertainment towards the end.
Kenyans refusing to go down, lying down.
It's good and entertaining. He's really entertaining us nicely. Go make use of your feet.
Picked up the googly. Played the slog sweep to deep mid-wicket.
Shot again. Missed it. Oh. They had already, he had given up completely the run out. Ran so easily, it looked easy, but the fielder, we said there was a misfield. It's a good one from Nelson. Sandeep has got last ball to go. Cuts it. No run at all. Good draw. And that brings her to the last over. Kenya, it's going to be very hard to cross the line. It's a huge mountain. 128 for 7 after 19. And last over is going to be by Adil. It has been very entertaining, Steve. Of 5 T20s, you've been fully entertained. The crowd has been wonderful. The support staff have been wonderful. It's nice to have the Minister of Sports on the last day to grace the occasion. And bowling, Sandeep is going to bowl his last over. So I beg your pardon, Ire. Gets it on the gap. Is he getting on the gap? Yes, it is. 4 runs. See, being entertained. Good shot from the captain. And the moment Steve, the Kenyan performance goes up and down. Waited nicely. Good shot. Good job. Goes again. Is it big? Yes, it is. Massive one. Good shot. And somebody has got it. And he's got a suit. What a good catch. It's quite exciting. Oh dear. Comes straight away from the office and takes a brilliant catch. That's it. There's a 4, there's a 6. Keeps on entertaining. Try to cut it, get in a single.
Pushed back the length there a bit, Ire. Pitching it short to Shem. Shem not able to execute the cut shot. Picking a single. So far 11 runs from this over with 3 balls to go. Nelson facing.
Go straight, but no power behind it. Can they run 2? No, they stick to 1.
Missed fumble, but they are unable to take the second run.
Like the Nepalese, they're still acting professional. They're not letting anything go at all. 140. The top order Kenya didn't really come out strong. Try to pedal sweep. It's been wonderful. I just keep on repeating again to everybody who has been supporting. And the last ball of the day. Try to go over the covers and 6 more. Let's see, is it 6? Oh, it's given 4. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful show from both teams. Nepal has come up on top and have won it convincingly. And good shot, and there's high fives everywhere. And Nepal came to Nairobi and conquered it. Been at the high fives, hands shaking. The Nepalis are giving each other high fives. The crowd disappointed, but they've been entertained all 5 days.
Definitely, Kennedy. It's been a good series, played in good spirits. We've seen some good cricket, good skills by the players from both the sides. And we look forward to such matches here in Nairobi.
This has been very good. You've been really been entertained.
As the players walk off the field, greet each other. Congratulations to Nepal, commiserations to the Kenya team. As we've said, the games have been played in very good spirits. Well done to Nepal, winning the series 3-2. And as we see the players shaking hands, we take you to Shraddha for a short interview.
A series worth remembering. It clinches you till the end to watch the climax of the cricket. Joining me my side, Arjun. Maybe he is in a little bit celebration. He will be joining us soon. What an amazing performance by the Nepal team. Arjun, thank you for joining us. Look at that smile. Is that the sense of relief after winning the series and the game?
No, no. First of all, I want to congratulate to Kenya team. They played really well. They played very good cricket, competitive cricket, and we are happy that we are on a winning side. And
There is a constant battle between performance and pressure. How do you cope up with it?
so, ma'am, first of all, I don't think about pressure. If I'll take pressure, then so I'll not able to perform. So I was very positive on my batting, and I was very sure that I will do good.
One strategy that worked for you in this series, in this game?
This time we did a good bowling because we kept bowling on stumps. So that was our plan. So we are very excited with that plan, and we are happy that we are on a winning side.
Congratulations, much deserving win.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone.
Hope the people at the crowd enjoyed the match completely. Winning or losing is part of the game, but spirit should remain the same. Throwing to the Charu sir now for the presentation, last presentation. Thank you.
Final presentation of the T20 series, a 5-match series. Well, today, everything was there to play for. Nepal won the toss, elected to bat first, got a massive mountain of 175. And even though there were some fireworks toward the end by Kenya, certainly pleasing the crowd here, unfortunately, they were left a few runs behind. But thank you so much for your company. A big thank you to all those who turned up here at the Nairobi Gymkhana. Thank you very much. Your presence made a very big difference. And of course, to all those watching on television and other devices around the world, hope you enjoyed this very tight T20 contest. Let's get to the presentation before we introduce the party to you. A big thank you on behalf of Cricket Kenya to our sponsors. Title sponsor, Dafabet. Trophy partner, Nairobi Sports House. Hospitality partner, or hospital partner, beg your pardon, MP Shah Hospital. Official sponsor of the men's national cricket team, Pacific Star Sports. And now my pleasant duty to introduce the presentation party for this final match of the T20 series. Do please put your hands together. First, on my left, to Mrs. Amina Mohammed, Chief Secretary and Ministry of Sports. Minister of Sports, thank you so much, madam, for your presence here today. Means a lot to us in the cricketing fraternity, particularly, of course, in Kenya, and may cricket continue to flower and blossom in Kenya. To her left, former cricketer from Kenya, good friend of mine, who's been showing me how hospitable Kenyans can be, Mr. Ramesh Bhalla. RC, thank you very much. Good to have you here. To his left, the chairman of Cricket Kenya. Congratulations for bringing cricket back, Mr. Manoj Patel. To his left, the treasurer of Cricket Kenya, and also somebody who took care of me all the way from the airport and onwards, a man who has many feathers in his cap, Mr. Kalpesh Solanki. To his left, a familiar figure at the ground, Deputy Director Sports, Mr. Ndakwa. To his left, a special guest here, Mr. Rajiv Mishra from Cricket Kenya. And finally, to his left, Dr. Ongeti, the policy advisor as well. Glad to have all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin with the presentation. Before we get to the awards, a quick word with the captain, who unfortunately ended up on the losing side today. Can we have a word with Shem Goche? Shem, well played. It came down to the wire. It was a tight match today. Let's have you facing the cameras. And you, what a fabulous all-round performance yourself today. The team sadly coming a little short.
Yeah, definitely. It's always disappointing being on the losing end. But I think there's been a lot of positive in terms of our team. I think game by game we've been improving, and that's the main important thing for us.
Well, just on the game today, later on the series, a few too many runs given away to the visiting team.
Definitely. I think we gave them 20 extra runs. I think if we would have restricted them to around 150, 160, it would have been a very, very close game.
And a word on the pitch today. Once again, played really fine, the center strip.
Yeah, definitely. That pitch, I think, is the best pitch we have in the square. And I think it's a wicket. If you settle and you, as a batsman, you can get a lot of runs.
Well, your team, you made plenty of changes. Do you think you finally have a good combination in white ball cricket?
Definitely. You know, as a team, we decide to give each and everybody an opportunity and a chance for us to try and find that combination that we're looking. And series like this, I think it's good to have those rotation. So for us, it's just more of finding the platform for the team. And in the future games, at least now we know who can bat where, who can bowl where. That's it.
Without question, of course, big-time cricket returns to Kenya after a while. I suppose it must mean a lot to you and the rest of your team. Hopefully more can happen.
Definitely. This really means a lot to us, and especially having people coming to watch, the fans. I really thank you on behalf of the team and Cricket Kenya. I think you guys have been with us throughout. Still 3 more games to come. We still need you more. Tell a friend to tell a friend so that you can come. We fill up the stadium.
An appeal from the captain himself. Please do put your hands together once again for the captain of Kenya, Shem Goche.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on. We do have a few awards to give away. For instance, we'll hear from the winning captain later. But for now, let's get to our man of the match. The award will be given away by Mr. Rajiv Mishra. And I don't know if Kennedy is here yet. Kennedy! I'm sorry you joined us a little late, but Kennedy, along with Rajiv, if you can step to the center, please, to give our man of the match away for his fine match-winning 45-ball, 59, the oldest member of the Nepal squad, Gyanendra Malla. Congratulations.
Hello.
All of 36 still playing great cricket. And Malla, would you like just a word or two? Come on over. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the man is 36, still playing some vintage fine cricket. How much more do you have in you? Many years still?
I hope so. I hope so. I can continue this cricket.
Well, the pitch was excellent today, but somebody needed to get a big one. It was you. I'm sure the captain and the coach were delighted.
Yes, actually we need a solid start from the opening pairs, and that's what we got, and later on we capitalize on that.
I know it's not an individual game, it's a team game. You'll be happy with your 50. I think in the previous match on this pitch, you also were just short of 50, finally today getting that half century.
I think it's not about the individual score, it's about the team getting through the line. So happy for the team when they get through the line. So.
Well, I don't know how many people in the team are calling you dad or whatever else. You're 36, the average is 22. I suppose you have a lot to share with the young team.
Yes, I think it's been a long time, but keeping up with them, hopefully we can continue with the same spirit.
Well played again. You got 3 ODIs. Good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
Gyanendra Malla, our man of the match in this final match. What a fine effort with the bat. Let's move on to a man of the series. We do have an award for the one who was most consistent. I've lost track how many wickets he got, but he got a whole bucket full. And does also prove that T20 is not just a batsman's game. Our man of the series award will be given away by Mr. Ramesh Bhalla and Manoj Patel. RC and Manoj will step forward, please, with this magnificent trophy. There you go. And the award for the highest wicket taker, the captain of Nepal, Sandeep Lamichhane, is our man of the series. Please do put your hands together. Well played, champ. You are the captain of the winning team. I'll have to talk to you a little later. Well done. We'll certainly have a chat with Sandeep and get his thoughts in a while from now, but we must also get the thoughts of the Minister of Sports who's here with us, also the Chief Secretary. Mrs. Amina Mohammed is here, and we must try and get a few words out from you. Thank you so much for your presence. Big applause as I get a couple of your thoughts. You know, the international cricket fraternity is so hugely looking forward to Kenya reach those heights again. Today, or should we say in this series, a very important step taken. Thank you.
Well, I think we're on the right track, and we should get there very, very soon. I just want to congratulate the two teams, the team from Nepal and, of course, our home team. They've done really, really well. They've been absent for a very long time.
And with that, a big thank you to the presentation party, to each one of you for being here this evening. We hope more cricket returns, and quickly here in Kenya, as the Nepal team rejoices. Well played, Kenya, as well. And Sandeep, if you'd like to call the rest of your team right here, please, to begin with, while we'll all make a move on. Thank you very much, madam, once again for your presence here. Ramesh, Manoj, thank you. Kalpesh, Mr. Ndakwa, thank you. Mr. Ngeti, Mr. Mishra, Mr. Abuya, thank you very much. Enjoyed your company in the commentary box. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from the presentation arena. And we thank you for your presence. Till next time, goodbye. Presentation of the T20 series, a 5-match series. Well, today, everything was there to play for. Nepal won the toss, elected to bat first, got a massive mountain of 175. And even though there were some fireworks toward the end by Kenya, certainly pleasing the crowd here, unfortunately, they were left a few runs behind. But thank you so much for your company. A big thank you to all those who turned up here at the Nairobi Gymkhana. Thank you very much. Your presence made a very big difference. And of course, to all those watching on television and other devices around the world, hope you enjoyed this very tight T20 contest. Let's get to the presentation before we introduce the party to you. A big thank you on behalf of Cricket Kenya to our sponsors. Title sponsor, Dafa Bet. Trophy partner, Nairobi Sports House. Hospitality partner, or hospital partner, beg your pardon, MP Shah Hospital. Official sponsor of the men's national cricket team, Pacific Star Sports. And now my pleasant duty to introduce the presentation party for this final match of the T20 series. Do please put your hands together. First, on my left, to Mrs. Amina Mohammed, Chief Secretary and Minister of Sports. Thank you so much, Madam, for your presence here today. Means a lot to us in the cricketing fraternity, particularly, of course, in Kenya, and may cricket continue to flower and blossom in Kenya. To her left, former cricketer from Kenya, good friend of mine, who's been showing me how hospitable Kenyans can be, Mr. Ramesh Bhalla. RC, thank you very much. Good to have you here. To his left, the chairman of Cricket Kenya, congratulations for bringing cricket back, Mr. Manoj Patel. To his left, the treasurer of Cricket Kenya, and also somebody who took care of me all the way from the airport and onwards, a man who has many feathers in his cap, Mr. Kalpesh Solanki. To his left, a familiar figure at the ground, Deputy Director Sports, Mr. Ndakwa. To his left, a special guest here, Mr. Rajiv Mishra from Cricket Kenya. And finally, to his left, Dr. Ongeti, the policy advisor as well. Glad to have all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin with the presentation. Before we get to the awards, a quick word with the captain, who unfortunately ended up on the losing side today. Can we have a word with Shem Goche? Shem, well played. It came down to the wire. It was a tight match today. Let's have you facing the cameras. And you, what a fabulous all-round performance yourself today. The team sadly coming a little short.
Yeah, definitely. It's always disappointing being on the losing end. But I think there's been a lot of positive in terms of our team. I think game by game we've been improving, and that's the main important thing for us.
Well, just on the game today, later on the series, a few too many runs given away to the visiting team.
Definitely. I think we gave them 20 extra runs. I think if we would have restricted them to around 150, 160, it would have been a very, very close game.
And a word on the pitch today. Once again, played really fine, the center strip.
Yeah, definitely. That pitch, I think, is the best pitch we have in the square. And I think it's a wicket. If you settle and you, as a batsman, you can get a lot of runs.
Well, your team, you made plenty of changes. Do you think you finally have a good combination in white ball cricket?
Definitely. You know, we as a team, we decide to give each and everybody an opportunity and a chance for us to try and find that combination that you're looking. And series like this, I think it's good to have those rotation. So for us, it's just more of finding the platform for the team. And in the future games, at least now we know who can bat where, who can bowl where. That's it.
Without question, of course, big-time cricket returns to Kenya after a while. I suppose it must mean a lot to you and the rest of your team. Hopefully more can happen.
Definitely. This really means a lot to us, and especially having people coming to watch, the fans. I really thank you on behalf of the team and Cricket Kenya. I think you guys have been with us throughout. Still 3 more games to come. We still need you more. Tell a friend to tell a friend so that you can come. We fill up the stadium.
An appeal from the captain himself. Please do put hands together once again for the captain of Kenya, Shem Goche.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on. We do have a few awards to give away. For instance, we'll hear from the winning captain later. But for now, let's get to our man of the match. The award will be given away by Mr. Rajiv Mishra. And I don't know if Kennedy is here yet. Kennedy! I'm sorry you joined us a little late, but Kennedy, along with Rajiv, if you can step to the center, please, to give our man of the match away for his fine match-winning 45-ball, 59, the oldest member of the Nepal squad, Gyanendra Malla. Congratulations.
Hello.
All of 36 still playing great cricket. And Malla, would you like just a word or two? Come on over. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the man is 36, still playing some vintage fine cricket. How much more do you have in you? Many years still?
I hope so. I hope so. I can continue this cricket.
Well, the pitch was excellent today, but somebody needed to get a big one. It was you. I'm sure the captain and the coach were delighted.
Yes, actually we need a solid start from the opening pairs, and that's what we got, and later on we capitalized on that.
I know it's not an individual game, it's a team game. You'll be happy with your 50. I think in the previous match on this pitch, you also were just short of 50, finally today getting that half century.
I think it's not about the individual score, it's about the team getting through the line. So happy for the team when they get through the line. So.
Well, I don't know how many people in the team are calling you dad or whatever else. You're 36, the rest of the average is 22. I suppose you have a lot to share with the young team.
Yes, I think it's been a long time, but keeping up with them, hopefully we can continue with the same spirit.
Well, well played again. You got 3 ODIs. Good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
Gyanendra Malla, our man of the match in this final match. What a fine effort with the bat. Let's move on to a man of the series. We do have an award for the one who was most consistent. I've lost track how many wickets he got, but he got a whole bucket full. And does also prove that T20 is not just a batsman's game. Our man of the series award will be given away by Mr. Ramesh Bhalla and Manoj Patel. RC and Manoj will step forward, please, with this magnificent trophy. There you go. And the award for the highest wicket taker, the captain of Nepal, Sandeep Lamichhane, is our man of the series. Please do put your hands together. Well played, champ. You are the captain of the winning team. I'll have to talk to you a little later. Well done. We'll certainly have a chat with Sandeep and get his thoughts in a while from now, but we must also get the thoughts of the Minister of Sports who's here with us, also the Chief Secretary. Mrs. Amina Mohammed is here, and we must try and get a few words out from you. Thank you so much for your presence. Big applause as I get a couple of your thoughts. You know, the international cricket fraternity is so hugely looking forward to Kenya reach those heights again. Today, or should we say in this series, a very important step taken. Thank you.
Well, I think we're on the right track, and we should get there very, very soon. I just want to congratulate the two teams, the team from Nepal and, of course, our home team. They've done really, really well. They've been absent for a very long time. And I think what we've seen today, if this is what we should get used to, then I'm extremely delighted that cricket is truly back in our country.
Well, wouldn't we all love that? Also, a special thanks perhaps from you for all the spectators who've turned up, because the atmosphere at Nairobi Gymkhana was electrifying every single match.
No, absolutely. I want to thank them sincerely. I actually didn't expect